All right, let's see. What do I get? So we got 2, 2, and then
Mm-hmm.
2.
Oh my god.
I got
Oh my
2.
god.
Are we gonna blow through them all in about 5 seconds again?
Hopefully not. I mean,
man,
right now
look
it's
at
just
that.
me and you, unless Kuna decides that he's
Yeah,
gonna
would
fight.
you
No, that
follow me?
Spencer. That was last session was like the first time in a super long time me and you have used Destiny points.
Yeah, I know.
Might you, good sirs, in all of your graciousness, gift me some Destiny point usage, please?
You can you go ahead and keep 3 of them and convert Rawl if you want.
I could.
Like you can just do it right out of the bat.
Yeah, that would still be funny. I still think it's hilarious.
I don't know what you think we're gonna get with that. Like,
You
never
know,
mind.
whatever I want, Spencer.
Do you have any idea how much political power we'll have on this planet?
I don't. I don't want political power on this planet. Too much trouble.
Okay, does everyone remember what happened last time?
Yes.
I beat up a pope and kidnapped him.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
almost cut off Talon's arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They're going to
I
go
kind of
meet
wish
that guy.
I kind of wish I got it through all the way, so he would have to get a
By
mechanical.
the way, gentlemen, as you're going to leave to go meet the guy, I pull out my stogies and I go to my rare collection and I pull out one of the seaweed stogies that guy had told me about, and I said, "Here, Stanbot, give this to him. Say it's from an admirer. It might help your
this
conversation a little more." Yep.
Okay. I was gonna bring that up, but I don't think Stanbot knew it in character, so I didn't want to.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to you on your way out.
Let's go, Talon.
Oh, so you're staying on the ship, Kuna?
Yep, I'm staying on the
That's
ship.
'cause he doesn't have
we're
a
afraid
sealable.
of things collapsing, and me and Talon have sealable seats.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, makes sense.
All right, tally
Alright.
ho.
Kuna, you stay in the ship. You guys exit. The door opens. You might have to swim just a tiny bit or go through some water
Right.
up to your legs.
As soon as they exit, I radio Doc.
Should we separate
Alright.
these chats at this point? I don't want to make Nick just sit alone, but like,
I
or are
mean,
we just gonna keep him
don't.
on?
If you guys want to do something that you want to keep completely separate from, then
I think you already know, Alex, because I think I said it. We had a conversation with Doc about this last session. If you
Or
remember.
2 sessions ago.
Yeah, or 2 sessions ago.
Mostly, I'm gonna need a refresh.
Okay, yeah, I could do that.
All right. But I'll just set them up real quick first.
For sure, go ahead.
Yeah, you already saw it coming in. You saw the ship. It's the dark, like benthic type zone, so not much light is reaching the area around you. So you mostly relied on the lights in front of your ship. And you saw this just completely destroyed Star Destroyer, just situated in between rocks, and some of the rock is forming around it, trapping it there. Sorry, my dad just asked me a question.
It's what our characters would see and think as a really weird-looking Venator.
Basically, unless we see?
We would never have seen
Did
the
we
Star
see-
Destroyer, no.
Okay, we didn't.
Yeah, I'm not
thought
sure.
we
That's why I
might
was
have.
going on your guys' judgment on whether or not you would have.
Oh, you mean that?
Yeah. During
Uh,
the unofficial sessions.
I'm gonna say no, because of the fact that I don't think we would just see one from the Tatooine town you guys were
they
in.
kind of fly around all over the place, but I'll
Yeah,
your
but I mean,
judgment 'cause
you were
technically the DM. So.
I'd say if you guys had bothered to like actually focus on the Star Destroyer, like I didn't think about that piece because I never thought it'd be relevant. But if you would actually decide to look at the sky, I mean, maybe I could say validly you would have noticed one, but no one really cared.
I'm sure we would have looked at the sky at some point. But yeah, we'll just go with that.
It's not like a conscious thought of, oh hey, that's a interesting ship. I mean, you wouldn't even if you did see it, you wouldn't have gotten any new information. You would have just thought, oh, new Venator.
Oh yeah.
Because you wouldn't know who was flying them.
Well, we would know what era it would have been from. This ship is from, but it's fine. We can just go with it. We can go with it.
All right, you find a place to situate yourself right up against the ruins of this Star Destroyer or Venator-looking ship. And you exit the ship into water. There's a door right in front of you, like blast doors, in this hall that's completely exposed to water. Upon trying to open it, it's pretty held tight. There's some rust over it, just keeping it almost glued together. But with with Talon's help, both of you are able to just pry it open enough to squeeze through.
Oh, we could have used our lightsabers if it was really stuck.
Or
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
and
knew
I have a
you'd
thermal cutter too. So
Yeah, I knew you'd be able to get through it. Just more flavor, text type stuff. Upon the doors slowly opening, you can hear like the screeching of metal, resisting with all of its might to be opened. Upon entering, some of the lights in the hall flicker that are just above the water's level, and you can standby, you can feel your hair like start to get out of the water. Whereas Talon, your whole head is now above the water.
yeah, this is pretty great.
Walking through, you have to climb a bit up, like scrambling up. You can use wires to climb up almost vertically at some parts. And you're now in a spot of the ship where some of the lights work and things look a bit more functional, but still broken. There's a lot of misplaced wires.
I wonder how long this thing's been sitting here.
Well, I'm no geologist, but based off of how long it takes rocks to grow, I'm gonna say 1 to a fucking long time, Stanbot.
Rocks don't grow.
They
Some sort of seismic feature could have brought them up.
They do, technically.
They do. You
grow.
They don't grow like that though.
You know what I fucking meant, like fucking sedimentary. That's what you're talking about, right, Alex?
Yeah, it's more of a the visual is more of a collapsed in arch that was probably already in the ocean, and it kind of collapsed in around the Star Destroyer when it crashed.
Okay, I was thinking more. I was thinking more. It sat there for so long that sediment kind of settled on it.
That is possible, but it wouldn't be at the scale that I'm referring to.
So it's basically just stuff fell on it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's more the equivalent. But either way, the visual is the same. However you want to imagine it happening as, you can take it as that. Point is, it's been there a long ass fucking time.
Okay.
More future pasty stuff.
From that, and if that's what you got from that, then you nailed it.
I've never.
Anyway. Ah, shit. Where was I?
We were walking down a hall that had functional lights.
Wires had been screwed up.
Yeah. Walking through a bit more, the lights flicker a bit, and they shut off, and the hall starts to glow red, and that's where I will lead you, and I will take Guna.
Well, this is spooky.
See, I don't know if we should be talking and continuing to move, or if that's like a pause. We're gonna see what Kuna did in the meantime, type deal.
I can imagine we could have stopped like as soon as the lights flicker. You know.
Yeah, but is there time to talk, or are we about to get immediately murked?
I don't think we're gonna get murked.
I mean, we're about to immediately murk whoever's trying to murk us.
I don't think there's gonna be any of that happening. Do.
This is some serious mood lighting in here.
Yeah, it's spooky.
Okay.
Real spook.
The lights go red, and you hear the wheels of something come through the hall towards your right in another side corridor. And you see an R2 unit round the corner with its little tools out, starting to mess with a control panel.
Do I
recognize?
Wait, what is what does it look like?
It spins to see you guys, and it beeps in like crazy, and it starts like electrocuting itself because it messed up whatever it's doing, and the beeping is non-stop as.
Is it R14?
It is in fact R14.
I run over and give R14 a hug.
You give R14 a hug, and you can see the electricity now go towards your armor and kind of all over it, but of course you do not feel a thing. Yeah, if you help him out a bit, he'll
Yeah, I'll
stop
help him
being
out.
electrocuted.
I'll get him out.
I didn't
Right.
know. I didn't know these kinds of droids had this long of a shelf life.
It's R14. How you been, buddy?
I'm gonna give it a pat on the head.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay, so if R14 is here, then there's probably more people we know. The question is who, and are they future self, past, alternate timeline us?
R14 takes out his little tools and kind of sends the jolts of electricity that illuminates the hall towards the right from where he came from, almost trying to get you to direct your attention towards that area.
Okay.
And he
All
rolls
right.
forward a bit, looks back, goes.
All right, R14, lead the way.
He starts rolling off, occasionally looking back to make sure you're following.
I'm walking beside him.
Lights start turning back on, now cutting off the auxiliary power. Eventually, after walking through the halls and the never-ending maze of the corridors, you finally come upon a set of large blast doors that R14 uses his tools to open. Upon opening, it reveals a cockpit control room with windows that are completely smashed in. That's like some rocks have fallen through that have since been patched. And Google Docs crashed. I need a better system.
Google Docs crashed.
Big oof.
I see. The problem is when you have a Google Docs that's more than 100 pages, shit starts going awry.
If you have a Google Doc that's more than one page, shit can start going.
Yeah, that's true. I don't use Google Docs for school. I just use it for DMing. I don't know why.
Why?
I just kind of always have. I don't know. That's why I started on it. So
Is it really all that beneficial?
Oh no, it's absolutely terrible.
I don't know why you would want to.
Okay.
Well,
you see a man in the far corner.
I'm gonna walk
of
in
this makeshift room that's the cockpit.
I'm gonna walk on in and say, okay, who's the fucker from the future the alternate future past alternate dimension bullshit timeline who's had my R14 this entire time?
He could be nicer.
Alright, well, a man sits on a chair.
If it's someone they know, they would only expect this kind of answer from Talon.
In a desk in the back corner of the room, hearing the door open and hearing you say that, he stands up with his long brown robes covering his visage. As he slowly turns around, he lowers the hood, revealing a weathered yet jovial old man. With swinging robes around him, you catch a glimpse of a familiar-looking blaster as he kind of situates himself and helps himself up.
Cadmark?
Ah, so I see you here.
What was that, Alex?
I don't know. I can't do it, old man. What do you expect from me?
Alright, Cadmark. How the fuck are you here?
Okay, do I continue with the old man voice, or do I just...
Please, no. We're fine without it. It doesn't need to happen.
See, ideally, I would just have someone do voices for me. You know, honestly, ideally, I would write, and then someone else runs it. That's the ideal situation for me. Yeah, anyway, he stands up. You said, what are you doing here?
No, I asked him how the fuck he got here.
That's the long story.
I mean, we have several thousand years till where we last saw each other, so I mean...
He gestures towards a table on the other side of the room that has some chairs around it. Saying, hey, come sit. It's hard for me to stand long these days.
I would imagine.
Maybe Stanbot can fix you up.
Anything you need help with?
I am beyond repair. This is just old age. This is not physical injury.
That's quitter talk.
Anyway, so what time is this?
Old Republic. I think we had a date given to us at some point, but I don't have it written down.
Yeah, it was.
I-
I
I don't-
honestly forget, but it was a few years after Bastila, like Revan disappeared.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We
So,
uh.
yeah.
So when we were over on Mandalore, right? We met the
I
spiky red
remember
man
Mandalore.
again, right? And he shrooped us back here.
The spiky red man was actually rather nice to me.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
really
know to decide if he was nice or not.
And it wasn't cruel, unlike that woman.
Which one?
Oh,
You
Bastila?
you two had a rather liking to her. Kept her in close watch. She turned out to be rather odd. Almost
What did
crazy.
she do?
And she was just kind of crazy. It was Revan that was really the meanest, but
Oh, cool. You got to meet him.
I got to work for him.
That's neat. So what's the deal with this Venator? It looks different.
Oh, this is I guess you wouldn't have ever seen this ship. When all that stuff happened on Mandalore, these clone troopers that attacked you, they attacked the Jedi everywhere.
Yeah, we know about that part.
Alright, well then it won't be a surprise that someone else took over. And this ship is from that government.
Heard he was called the Emperor? Happen to know anything more about him?
Not much, other than he took over the galaxy pretty quickly.
Do you not know who he is or anything like that?
Not specifically. I was more focused on staying alive under my new directives.
What were those directives?
Revan kept giving me jobs as a sort of assassin. Well, I'm more flew groups of people around that would take care of others, but I was forced to assist in some of these assassinations. He targeted very specific people, and he managed to harness Bastila's skills to send people back to a specific point in time to kill others.
Hey, I got a question. Can you describe? Do these two sound like some of those people you had to fly around? And I describe Alduin and Rayloff.
Not particularly. I mean, there was people like them,
Hmm.
I figured
but
I'd
I
check.
was sent. But this most recent, I was supposed to continue work for a vitiate, if you know him.
Oh yeah, he's super evil.
Yeah. So, who were these types of people that you were assisting in assassinations for?
Some people I assassinated, or people I flew around.
The people you assassinated, or who he had killed, whether or not you did it or not.
Some government officials, some farmers, some merchants. It was completely random. I did not see a pattern in any choice.
Do you have names by any chance?
If I did, they've long been forgotten.
I see. How long have you been on this ship in this time?
Oh, fortunately for a couple years now, it's been the only break I've had.
I see.
I was supposed to keep helping Vitiate, but Bastila must have messed up the time I was sent back to.
Who are you supposed to kill this time, or do you even remember?
I wasn't a kill. It was to help. Actually, do you happen to still be with him?
With who?
Fish guy?
This I might send to different. It says, do you still happen to be with, what was his
The
name?
fish guy?
Kuna?
Yeah, the fish guy.
Yeah, what about him?
Fish guy. I guess he kind of does look like a fish. Anyway, I was set to kill him. Or not kill him, but help Vitiate and his men kill him. Or recruits. I honestly can't remember, but it was one of those two.
Any specific reason why?
It was either something about Vitiate wanting him to recruit or lead, or Vitiate wanting him dead so that he can't lead / recruit. Maybe it was for both reasons. The temporal assassinating business is rather confusing.
Interesting.
I got a question for you, and I kind of like nudge Sam up with my foot, hoping that he'll get the meaning of my question here. You have did they like indoctrinate you or anything, or are you still like the old Cadmark?
Time for a force check.
Well, I bet you know at this point that the old Cadmark could be a different Cadmark. Seeing as that R15 recognizes you, I would assume that we do know each other from our past.
Well, I mean, if it was an alternate future past R14, it would still see me and recognize me.
Alex, I got 2 whites on the check to see if he's been manipulated much.
He's not manipulated, but he is 100% confused with anything he says. You think he's telling the truth, but I mean, he's telling the truth to himself, but that might not be the actual information that's correct.
I see.
So, wait, is Vitiate in the present time? Well, when I say present, like our present, when we left off.
See, that's where things get complicated. There was one terrible reality that Vitiate was brought into our present time. I saw it from different perspective, but I tried to come back and warn your whole group of what was coming. Hopefully someone could stop it, but it was already at that point too late.
Are Revan and Basila working for Vitiate?
It was seen that way, yes.
Do you know where they are? Like, surely they must have some point of contact for you in the past.
Do you know where Vitiate is now?
That I do know. He's on a planet called Zakul. Just on the edge of wild space.
Neat. Are you enjoying just kind of chilling here?
Well, too old to do much of anything else.
Can you still fly?
I found quite a lot of peace between this droid and the other guy. And he
the
says
droid
that
maker in town.
Another door opens to the side, like a little side corridor, and out walks the HK droid.
Been a while?
What are you doing here, IG?
I'm not ID the HK.
Oh.
Because IG
Sorry.
Came with you to the.
Yeah. IG did come to. Oh, it's the HK that we're. So how'd you get fixed?
A alternate reality Skywalker fixed me.
That's cool. Is he in this reality, or is he like, were you in a separate reality?
Camark speaks up. The droid is not quite completely fixed. We met a version of Skywalker when he was younger and not quite as skilled.
I see.
But he is fixed. to a way. He's
What
good
was
for
this
defending,
younger
but not strong
Skywalker
enough
like?
To fake me, to kill me.
What was this younger Skywalker like? I sit down eager to learn about Anakin Skywalker's young life.
He lived in a small house, Tatooine.
That must be why he hates
Pretty-
sand, Stanvot.
Pretty normal overall. Very smart, but nothing peculiar.
I'd say the ability to fix an ancient droid like that would make him slightly above smart.
Perhaps. But either way, there was nothing else. I mean, of course, knowing the future, past, and present, Anakin, I know what he would become and what he was.
What does he become? I would have thought he would have died in the Purge.
Oh no, he survives.
Well, what do you know where he hides? Maybe we could send more Jedi to.
I wouldn't really call what he does hiding. Oh, that's kind of hiding.
Oh, is he leading a resistance then against the whoever betrayed the clones and made them think the Jedi were evil? Oh, what? Or what? What? You're gonna tell me he's the one who did it?
You know,
as
I
always,
hate to
talent,
say it.
you stumble across the right answer every time.
Well, that's. I kind of pan toward Stanvot and kind of give him a angry smile because I know Stanvot, because I do know Stanvot was attempting at one point to assist Skywalker with something, but I didn't know what it was.
Oh, I had nothing to do with this.
Sure about that?
Yeah. I mean, it was always a possibility, but they didn't think it would actually happen.
Fun! Well, that's grand. Do you have any clue? I guess when we end up back in our time, we're gonna kind of just have to like kidnap him, won't we? Make sure he's a happy boy.
I mean, now I
would-
might be able to fix him, but
I
before.
would hope, but the only words of wisdom I can give you from lifetimes lived is that time has a way of working itself out, regardless of what reality you're in. If you stop something from happening, an equally bad thing will happen at some other time. That doesn't just go away. It's weird.
Fate can
Just
kiss
keep that
my
in mind.
ass.
It's not fate, something different. But because I've seen multiple realities where things are completely different, but then I've
Yet they're
seen
the same.
realities where time catches up. Anyway, if I were you, I would have your versions of yourself just find a nice place to live and ignore everything that's happening.
That's boring,
Unfortunately, it's a bit
Cadmark.
Too late for that.
Hey, Cadmark,
Say that now.
do you know if you were ever sent to this time before?
What, this time?
Yeah.
It's a good possibility.
Do you know where you might have been?
It's a big galaxy.
I mean, it is, but I mean.
And I'd say it's safe to bet I've been on pretty much every planet. So no, I would not know where I am.
Oh.
If anything, I know the most critical point of this time is Vitiate and his plans to.
What are his plans in this time? Is there a way we might stop them?
I just, again, the only thing I remember are pieces, and the only pieces I can give you is he manipulated Bastila and Revan and like taught Revan how to somehow like get himself trapped in the labyrinth, I think, and Bastila could get him back, and he was raising an army. Like I don't know. That's pretty much the pieces I got for you, and most of those pieces came from Board 2's mouths at some point or another. Because I've had a couple conversations with past versions of yourself, or future versions, or the present versions, or different reality versions. I'm not really sure anymore.
I see. Thank you for your help.
So you don't want to like come with us or anything? Have some fun flying a ship for some adventure-y stuff.
But I'm
You cut out.
not sure how. I said I'm tired. I'm not sure how much help I could be.
Yeah, but I mean, you're tired, you're getting old. Do you want to die alone down here? I mean,
Do bring up a good point.
if you come with us, at the very least, you'll die with friends. I mean, I'm not saying that we're gonna go into combat and get you killed, but like, if you haven't got much time left, why not join us? Have some fun.
We have a guy who can shoot some sabak with you anytime. Or, yeah, it's sabak. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
He's a little bit too obsessed with it.
I got rather good at Spock time.
Be careful though. We have a few here that can give anyone a run for their money.
Yeah, like Gorn.
Alright, fine. But I fly the ship.
That's fine.
Obviously, I've gotten a bit better since we last met.
And when we go down in the blaze of glory, you don't come crying to me.
I think we won't be able to cry, if we're, burning.
I've seen many people claim the same thing, yet most people do when they die is cry right before.
Alright.
It's even happened multiple times.
Well, alright then.
You ever seen me die before?
Which one of us has died more?
I don't think I've seen either of you die.
Drat.
Because to be honest, I've just, again, I spend little time in all time.
Was there a time where you saw us working for Vitiate or Revan?
No. Now that you bring that up, that is a rather odd consistency. And perhaps that is why in every single time you are somehow involved in this.
Interesting.
Perhaps there is a fate-like force at play.
I mean, if Vitiate must get stopped in this time, otherwise we'd still know of him in our timeline.
Well, again, as I told you, Vitiate did get to your time. At least your original time.
Well, through some weird time travel-y shit, not through being alive.
We don't know about him in this time because he disappeared and went straight to our time. He skipped several thousand years.
Oh. I'm gonna turn to the robot. So, do you know where Revan or Bascula are?
Revan's in the labyrinth. He just said that he was trapped. Remember?
Well, yeah, but isn't Labyrinth location based?
Yes.
I mean, I know where I can find him. But...
It's more a mental location, and
yeah.
And I don't know if you've caught on as much, Aiden, because Standby's just had more time to deal with Labyrinth bullshit.
I just don't get what the fuck is going on.
Sure. Yeah. It's a big
it's a secondary space. That's all I really.
It's almost better for your character that he doesn't understand.
It is if it is a space, then it is a concept of space.
So we need to find his body and try and pull him out over there.
Not
well,
necessarily.
No, as Camark said, he mentioned something about tether, about that being important. That's what the boxes were for. The boxes were putting together the lightsaber that Vitiate had Revan scatter before disappearing, so that someone could intentionally bring him back with those pieces. which you guys unknowingly did.
But if we have him in the past, doesn't that mean he's stuck in the past with us?
For now, yes. Unless
What,
we get
Revan?
defeated
Yeah,
and then it's all for naught.
Technically, he'd be stuck in the past currently, but
Yeah.
he'd be stuck in the labyrinth. He wouldn't be physically there. He's currently in the labyrinth stuck.
Even if you assemble the lightsabers, it's only the way to get to him. It's not how you get him out.
Someone would need to be able to drag the tether back, which Bastila was capable of doing.
Well, where's Bastila?
It's complicated. We'll get through it.
Disappeared.
Do you know, droid? It's kind of your whole
No.
job, isn't it?
My job is to protect Captain.
Neat. All right, you want to come? You want to like come with us, Cadmark? Then. I mean, is there?
Beats thrusting here with these buckets of bolts.
That means
the
you
droid,
get R14 back
the
too.
droid, like the blue light turns red and kind of goes, like angrily beeping at Cadmark.
It's okay,
It's
R14.
like, yeah, shut your chirping.
I walk over to
Let's go.
R14 and give him like a pet. All right, let's. Yeah, I guess so. We head back to the
we
ship.
head back then. I'm assuming.
Yep.
Are we? Do we have to worry about the logistics of moving him and the droids through the water? Or...
The droids go through fine. I mean, I'm assuming Star Wars, the technology.
I mean, I can carry
that droids
Cadmark.
wouldn't just die
I mean,
from
Yeah.
water, so. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's fine. And Cadmark is surprisingly capable for his age, but he's definitely old. Like, he's old.
alrighty. Then I guess we end up.
Okay.
We're
get
back on
to
the ship.
And back to Kuna.
All right,
Back we go.
board the ship.
What? You moved the player private
Yep,
chat and not
yep,
me.
Yep. I already noticed that.
Okay. Well, as we board the ship. Oi, Kuna! He's not fucking here. Is he fucking asleep?
Oh, hey, look, human beings.
Kuna, get a load of this!
Yes, Talon?
He
Get
never
a
met him.
load of this! Oh wait, he hasn't
No.
at all.
No,
Nope.
never met him before.
Yep.
Speaking
Nope.
of which, Alex, is that thing going on while they were doing their thing?
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
Okay, good.
That all went down.
Kuna, check this out, and I like present R14. My droid buddy's back.
Oh,
You didn't get to meet him, but this was my buddy. I found him in a separatist prison.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Cadmark. I think he's met R14 before.
Cadmark's here too. You don't know who Cadmark is, but he's a friend from the past.
If
This
you
is-
remember correctly, R14, Cadmark, and the HK droid were taken prisoner
That's
along with the
right.
ship and held
Yeah.
in that base, which you were trying to do, and that's when everything all went hinky jinky pinky.
Yeah. So he wouldn't know any of
Yeah,
this,
thi-
but I'm
This guy,
basically.
Cadmark,
Nope.
best shot in the galaxy. Can't beat him.
He also got a fancy
suppose I
gun.
never will.
He one-shot a pseudo Sith man.
So I hear you're a friend of Cuban, and I pull out another cigar.
Oh yeah, I look at Cadmark. Should you really be smoking at your age, Cadmark? I mean,
You get to my age, you can tell me what I can and can't do. But then at that point, I'll be dead. So why don't you shut it?
yeah, I mean, with this time travel bullshit, anything's possible.
I like your friend here.
Kuna, if I have
He
to
takes
smell
the
the smoke
cigar
for the entire
and
trip,
quickly
there's gonna be
quickly
issues.
starts smoking it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one as well and smoke, and I'm gonna
Thanks for
flip
the
over.
invitation. I believe I made the right choice.
I believe you have as well. I'll flip one over and offer one to Talon. Premium grade. Can't find better elsewhere.
Hey, Cadmark, get us out
Y-
of here. Where are
you're-
we going?
You're probably right about that, Kuna.
Where
But
did you get this ship from?
that's a damn good question. Where did you guys get this thing? Oh, it's
Okay.
Cadmark. You want to see the Pope we
Calamari
kidnapped?
ship.
Yeah.
I turned to
Got it from the
Cadmark.
ship, got
Cadmark,
it
you
from
want
the
to see
ship.
the Pope we kidnapped?
Mon Calamaris are completely subpar to Corellian shipyard manufacturers.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, well, they don't sell
Corellian
Corellian
ships
ships
can't
here.
go underwater. Unfortunately,
That's what you
Corellian
think.
ships don't. Can they swim? I've never seen one do it.
Oh,
You
I
should
can
have let
make them.
me. You should have let me negotiate the price. We could have gotten a discount.
Yeah. Okay, I'm kind of in the middle of this.
But it's already bought, so all is well.
Huh?
It would seem.
I'll get
Tell
it
me,
later.
Cadmark, was it?
Yes.
I'll reach into one of my various pockets and pull out a deck of Sabak. Do you play any?
I'm gonna go and take a look at the Pope
Of course I do.
All right. We'll just play some Sabak on our travels wherever we're going.
You
Man.
could
He's
take
supposed to
a.
be flying.
Oh, he's flying. Well,
Yes.
perhaps.
I'm pretty sure Cadmark is experienced at this point that he can probably play it with one
Oh,
hand
yeah,
and fly
he
with
can.
another.
He can play one-handed and barely pay attention.
I don't suppose you, Talon, or
I'm gonna drag you to the side rope.
Oh,
for sure.
I wanted to drag him to the Pope and have him convert.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't friggin'.
Oh, what the fuck, Spencer?
What? I don't know. That wasn't me.
This is great. Now I've got R14 back. I missed him.
Mm-hmm.
It's real great to have him back because now we have someone who can actually do mechanics checks. Now he can't do very fantastic mechanics check, but he can do some. So like he can fix the ship better than we can.
Yeah.
And computers stuff. Do I still have him on file? I hope I do. Companions. No, R14 is not here. It's probably because he got dissipated.
Yeah.
Characteristic. Ow. Oh shit, I don't even remember what
I'm curious as to what Kuna did, and if the Pope is missing, I'm gonna be very disappointed in that man.
Yeah, why the fuck did Alex let us check on the
I mean, he's gonna let us eventually because, you know, he kind of has to. And see, it's funny because he thinks that he's invincible to us, as if we can't overpower him without breathing.
Kuna?
Yes.
Oh, I can crush him like a fucking twig. Eyes kind of
I
like
think I might be able
dilate.
to do that.
Eyes kind of dilate.
We're
Predator-
kind of having this conversation on the way back to the ship, just for continuity. Probably.
Yeah, probably. What would be?
That man is gone. There's gonna be problems.
I mean, where would you put the Pope?
I don't know.
If
Doc
we're
missing.
gonna
There's
be
a bunch of
honest here,
things
there's
that
not
could
many
be.
places the Pope can go.
Honestly, well, Doc went missing. There's about a million things that could
Yeah,
happen.
but the Pope is on the ship with us.
Yes, but people could have we could have been followed.
I feel like we would have seen that from the command deck.
Theoretically, we would have, but we also didn't mention anything about it, so Alex is probably just ignoring it.
Okay, I've just crafted R14 in the companions menu. I'm pretty sure I did this right.
He probably got deleted when I accidentally wiped your character
Yeah,
database.
that is what happened.
Oops. See, the weirder thing was it didn't restore any of my characters. It just wiped yours.
Yep.
Like, you should have been able to see, like, Stanvod and anything else that I'd done. Also, where? Okay. They're taking
I don't
their
think I
time,
did
which
that.
is scaring me.
What the hell is Kuna doing?
Yeah, it's like... And like, should I be... Should I be suspicious in character? Because I don't know if he's really done anything in character to make me go, like, Besides
Here's
that,
the issue. Talon by nature is a super suspicious dude, but Alex won't accept that as a valid. Like, I was half suspicious of you being a Sith for like the first half of the game.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You were good about For once, you were good at hiding something, because I had no clue about that.
Yeah, you know, I was pretty good at hiding the fact that I was a Jedi until a certain someone decided to go and tell everyone I was.
Oh, can't remember doing that. Nope. Wasn't me.
Hmm.
Must have been
Really?
someone else. Must have been someone else. Don't know what you're talking
Like,
about.
I had this big thing planned. I was gonna hold out on revealing that I was a Jedi all the way until we hit Order 66.
That's unfortunate.
And then I was
played
gonna
this for,
reveal
like, a
it to
lot of
try and
weekends.
give you guys time to escape.
Okay.
Or some shit.
Who's going to see the Pope and all?
I am.
All of us,
Okay.
presumably.
Are you taking
And I have a
Camargue to
feeling
see
I
him?
know what-
The,
yeah.
The ship is on
I'm
course, so you're
I'm
okay.
just gonna sit up front and smoke my cigar.
Alright. Well, I guess if you guys are playing the game of Sabak, Camargue could still be playing that.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys go over to where you last put the Pope. You do not see.
I'm going straight to Kuna.
My
Alright.
lightsaber.
And
My
I'm not
lightsaber.
happy.
My lightsabers are ignited, and I'm walking over to Kuna.
My lightsabers aren't ignited, but it's sure as hell
Camargue
out.
sees the ignited lightsabers like, whoa, 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 what did I do? HK, like, do you want to take care of this? The HK
This
droid
has
kinda stands
nothing
up.
to do with
He might not
HK.
be fully operational, but I bet he can still kind of kick your ass.
Look, Cadmark, this isn't about you. Actually, Cadmark, I know you're in the middle of this game here, but get out of the cockpit.
Hey,
come
hey.
on, lads.
The moment
almost
I
had
accepted this
23.
deal.
No,
I
no,
said
no!
I was
Don't worry.
No,
I
we're
pick
not
up. I pick
flying.
up Kuna by the scruff of his neck.
And-
And I just yeet him to the other side of the ship and follow suit.
Before that happens, I flash 23 in Sabak before I get yeeted.
Okay.
Cadmark, I imagine Cadmark just kind of chuckles and lays down whatever is better than that.
Camargue just nods approvingly, and folds.
And
Oh,
then I'll be
okay.
like, see you later, fella. Seems I have some other business.
As you say that as the wind gets knocked out of you, they smack into the wall.
As just he breaks the sound barrier and flies across the
Cadmark in the
ship.
background takes the pot of money and takes a few off the top.
I like it. I like it.
All right.
The droid kind of goes into the camera. It's like, shut the fuck up. I'll give you a few of these if you don't say anything. And just
Me and Talon are already expecting this to be happening in the background. We're like, oh, yep, that's
That's Cadmark.
Yeah, that's Cadmark. It's going as planned.
All right, so we kind of
Evening,
shut the.
lads.
We get him in a
Yeah, I
room
expected.
alone. Actually, should we get the entire crew together, or just Alduin and
who's
Raylan?
on this ship currently? I don't follow super well.
That would be my
that
men.
kind of thing.
That would be all of my men.
And
Alduin and Rayloth.
Okay.
And we could very
I hope-
easily execute all your men.
So the Fantastic Five are back on the shuttle or the
Yes.
ship, like your guys' ship, yeah.
Yes. Okay, bud. Where's
Where's
the
the
Pope?
Pope?
I figured this would be a little later than expected, but
Where's the Pope?
here we are. Well, the Pope, he's busy.
Cut the chat. Where is he?
Don't worry
Igniting my
about it.
lightsaber now.
Oh, you're gonna ignite? Listen,
Mine's already like buzzing, like I'm shaving off some of your fucking cheek hair with it right now.
Listen. You didn't actually think we were gonna kidnap the Pope and there wouldn't be any repercussions, right?
I can make sure there's no repercussions, in fact.
Yeah,
Alright,
literally
yeah.
no one knows we have the Pope. I'm saying this out of character too, Alex. No one knows we have the Pope.
Absolutely no one knows where he went. He just disappeared.
And according to no one will ever know we had the Pope. So, just
What happened?
Just consider it a gift.
You don't need those. You don't need a finger to command.
Yeah, hell, he doesn't even need an arm.
True.
Listen, he's taken care of. We don't have to worry about him anymore.
Okay.
Talon's
this is
gonna
getting
punch
us
him.
Nowhere.
Like punch Kuna
Oh,
right
I
in
was
the
just
fucking
gonna-
nose.
I was just gonna force it out of him. What the heck? How did I get dealt the soundboard?
Don't worry about that. I fucked up.
Okay. Yeah. Is it time to make this man talk? Because I think it's time to make this man talk.
Kuna, you're going to answer the fucking question. I put my I rest my talent my
Is
talent,
that
the
can
claws of
can
my
I
feet
burst that
upon
with
his
a full
shoulder.
check right now?
What are you trying to do?
Who?
Stand by.
I'm just gonna use my suggestion powers to say, hey, you're telling us what's happening.
Yeah, can I?
And I will
full
flip
check
some
that?
destiny points if I need to.
I will flip some
I
destiny
don't
points.
I don't
if
know
I
if
need
you
to.
can counter
I don't think you can counter force powers.
unless you are a force user.
Will check.
A will check.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Looks like you got me on this one.
Yeah, I can flip destiny points too if we need to.
A B C D E F. Yeah. Will
Just
be
do
rough.
What
Nice.
what the fuck?
Alex is
Oh,
playing
no,
stone
it's
boards.
Right.
What's the difficulty?
He
My
rolled
check?
he
I
rolled
rolled 2 successes. So.
It's on a versus thing. You can do that, or you can just his difficulty would be your will.
Oh, my willpower?
His difficulty to resist like the difficulty to get past his will would be his will check. So if he has like 2 greens, you would have 2 purples as your
Yes.
will.
Oh, okay. How does that relate to my force check?
You just add
Well,
the
'cause
2
you would
purples.
still
Each
Just add 2
white is
force
equivalent
with
to
that.
a
Okay, I'll roll it then.
Roll it.
How many destiny points do I have to flip?
you need to flip 2 of them. But we could
Are
just
you
torture
okay with
him,
that,
right?
Talon?
I could just torture him.
Can I also flip destiny points to counter his destiny?
No,
points
because you
with-
can't use force powers.
No, because this is more him trying to overpower your.
Ah,
I guess.
okay.
I guess although you could upgrade the check.
No, he can't do that. He
Theoretically.
can't do that before the check.
Sure, he
Yeah.
could.
Well, no, he could do it
I mean,
before, but not
he could
after.
do it
You can't do
before,
it
but not
afterwards.
after.
Listen, I have no will to tell you, so if I knew that it was going to be upgraded, would just do that.
I just that.
Okay. Is it? Do I flip or do I not flip, Alex?
Don't bother.
If you wanted to succeed, you'd have to flip too.
We'll try this again if Talon fails. We'll try Talon's brute force method.
Fantastic. So, from this point in time, Talon's under the impression that, well, I mean, the
At this
Pope's
point in time,
the
I'm just
the
gonna-
Pope's not a very good person, right? But Talon's under the impression that Kuna just murdered him. So therefore,
I mean, I'm not sure you've seen Kuna hit anything.
this changes nothing. So, we're
Hands
gonna
are
go ahead and
always
start.
Talon.
He's
Well,
gonna break Kuna's arm.
While Talon's doing that, I'm gonna go and
I'm gonna
talk
look over
to
at-
I'm gonna go and talk to
look over at
Rayloff
Stanbot.
and Alduin and see if they know anything.
I'm going to look over at Stanbot, knowing that he has... I don't know if he's done it yet already or not, but I know he has the ability to go poking him in his head, and I'm like, Stanbot, if you trust me at all, just keep out of my dome.
Oh, I don't trust you a little bit.
Well, then what am I doing here?
Oh, I trust you enough for that, just not on this.
You hear Camera back. I hate when the kids fight.
Me too!
I'm gonna go. I'm
You
gonna
owe
go.
me money, by the way!
I'm gonna go.
I don't know what you're
so
talking about.
While Talon is doing his enhanced interrogation techniques, I'm gonna go and see if anyone on the ship knows what happened to him. Specifically, the two people that are loyal to and only to Talon.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I am their god, so I mean.
You go talk to them. What do you want to ask them?
Do you know what happened to the Pope?
Well, first, would you like to do this on a side thing, or are you good with having
Side
us
thing,
here?
sure.
Okay.
Well, because I don't want Nick to know what was given away.
Oh no, it's at when we go on to the side thing, it's absolutely your guys' decision. Like, I don't want to force knowledge not be shared.
Yeah, no, I'll
like
go for
that.
it.
So hang on, I got a quick question. For my enhanced interrogation, would it be my brawl versus his will?
Yeah. I mean, I
Okay,
guess
cool.
Keeping things to yourself would be willpower.
Do you wanna do a will save here? Or do you want me to like? Do you want to roll it, or do you want me to roll it as a difficulty?
Will what?
I am rolling my brawl versus your will.
Yeah, hold up. I just want to check. I'm just curious.
What are you checking? So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 5. So I've got 6 advantages and 3 successes. Right. Okay, yeah. I think I've thoroughly broken you.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
100% that I could not use under any circumstance, cool, to resist an interrogation of this form.
Let me look at it. No. I'm like, my character is literally torturing you. I'm willing to take the dark side points for this.
I mean, keep your cool quotation marks.
No, because cool wouldn't be that sort. No.
I'm just asking. I'm just curious. I don't actually know. I'd have to ask.
It would
Alex.
not at all. Now maybe resilience.
Maybe.
You could probably do resilience.
I'm just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to roll here.
Well, I told you I rolled against your will. I asked Alex. I rolled against your will, and
I mean, I need to know will what. Like, that's gonna change what I roll. I need to know will and then what subset.
it might actually be discipline. That might be.
It might be. That's why I'm.
Yeah,
trying to
discipline
figure out.
actually. It would be discipline.
All right, let's see. Yeah, roll against 2 yellows.
Okay.
If it's discipline, so that's gonna change what I roll. Or I guess reds. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's negative for you.
All right. You got me. All right. God. Always the hands with you, huh? All right. What do you want?
You're gonna start talking. That's a
You're gonna
lot of
ask.
fucking successes. Holy shit. I have 6 successes and an advantage. So you're going to tell me exactly what you did with the Pope. You're going to tell me what's going on with Doc, because I notice he's not here, and I know he's working for you. And really any other thing that you might think pertinent for me to know.
Doc, you guys were away, came up on a ship, and he took him with a couple guys. Said he was going to take care of him, make it so that this whole event, and I point over to us kind of kidnapping him, can disappear so we don't have to deal with the repercussions later.
Okay, so why didn't you just do a weird converty thing? And just take over the fucking Pope's mind, or mind meld him, like you usually do to people.
Because I don't need him for that.
And what the fuck are you... Okay, well, what are you doing with Doc?
I need Doc to help make my life, your life...
No,
and
I
his
mean,
life
what
more
are you
pointed out
doing with
earlier.
him?
He's gonna take-
Why is he on a separate ship?
Why is he on a separate ship? Why is he taking care of his own things? I have that going on because I need more eyes. I don't know if you've noticed, but your Jedi Order hasn't really been able to get much done. I need more eyes. I need different people in different places to tell me what's going on.
And so you
That's
come
what
to the
Doc's for.
conclusion that you're going to do all this without saying a single thing to us.
You know, I'm here to handle my own things. I'll do it my way. And I
You try to make it sound like it's for us because for the group or whatnot, but clearly that is not the case.
It is for you. I'm not going to drag you into this kind of work. This is what I know. This is what I do. And I'm not going to drag you and Stanvod into it.
Kuna, are you well aware of what my job was in the order?
No, in fact, I don't believe we've spoken very often about your past.
I am a Jedi Sentinel. What that means is that my job includes hunting down criminal organizations and dismantling them, usually violently. You are functioning in very mafia-like tactics, and I'm not going to let that slide.
Nothing I ever do will ever come back on you. You know that.
That doesn't matter if it's going to come back on me. By the way, we figured out discipline would be the right one to do, so we rolled it, and I have 6 successes. So he's singing like a bird. What else? There's probably more pertinent information.
I'm gonna give.
The standbot walk back on
universal-
as I'm like popping Kuna's arm out of the socket.
So I'm gonna give 2. I'm just gonna reset the universal bonus die each session. I'm gonna give you
That's
guys
fine.
2 universal bonus die for Talon and Kuna for keeping on track character while I was gone.
Cool. Oh, by the way, I want to know how many morality points am I losing here? I'm guessing at least 6. At least 6.
It's a hit. Well, let me ask, how many bones have you broken?
Well, I've currently only broken one finger. I dislocated one arm as Stanbot walks back in. I already dislocated the other one. I don't know.
Yeah,
What's it called when you like a sprain of the ankle almost?
Twisting it.
Yeah.
Talon,
Yeah. What's up?
are you?
You're
Are you
gonna
okay?
take a solid. I'm gonna say 8.
Nice.
Are you okay?
What's up?
So, what are you at now?
I'm at 28.
Thanks for
Oh
asking.
my god.
I'm a
So,
dark side
assuming you're
force
gonna
user
talk.
now.
I'm assuming you're going to talk, right?
Yeah,
Kuna?
because I can't do anything but. Oh my god.
So, Kuna, if I fix you up, will you be talking?
Cadmark stumbles over. Is like, never in the maybe 100 times I have seen you has this been a thing.
That's because we haven't ran into any mafia groups before. I'm a sentinel, Cadmark. This is my job.
Yep, it's me, his job. Oh god.
Okay, Talon, lay off. Let's hear what he has to say. Clearly, he can't speak right now because
Well,
of pain.
The short of it is he has Doc. Doc has somehow acquired another ship. Doc has a gang of groups, has like a gang with him, and he's going around doing Kuna's dark eyeball-y stuff. And they have the Pope, and they're pretty much going to drop him off in the middle of the ocean. That's my bet.
Kuna, what are you gonna do with the Pope?
I'm just gonna. Oh god. I was just gonna take care of him. I was gonna make it.
What
so
do
he
you mean
wasn't
by
an
take
issue for
care
any
of him?
us. Well, I was gonna obviously give him back. We can't keep the Pope from a fucking nation.
But where are you
I mean,
gonna do
that's
before that?
honestly pretty easy.
What was I gonna? What did you say? Sorry.
Are you gonna do anything else to him besides give him back in a coffin, or just give him back still living?
No, he'll be alive when he gets back.
Will he be sane?
Probably.
What do you mean by probably?
I mean, he won't remember you, me, or any of the shit that happened for a start. Oh god.
See you, Kuna.
And why did you think it was a good idea to do this without explaining it to us, or consulting us, or saving yourself the trouble of getting broken into a million pieces by this man here?
Oh yeah, I was asking him the same thing as you guys walked in, and I was popping out this arm.
Alright, a small grin escapes Kuna through this little pain, and he says, "You see, back when I was much younger and the war was much earlier on, when my dad had first left for it, he told me a few things other than, take care of mom. He told me, take care of yourself and make sure you don't bring shit upon anyone you care about, so my business is not yours, and it will never be yours."
I'm gonna fix Kuna.
Healing wise or mental wise?
Yeah, I don't know if even I can fix him mentally, but physically, I
Well,
think
yeah,
I can
no,
do
I
a
don't
little
think
bit.
you can, but yeah.
Let Kuna do
That's-
what Kuna do.
Especially because fixing him mentally would mean fixing Nick
Standbot,
mentally.
I'm gonna
which is
give
even
you
worse.
a bonus of 3 morality. 2 for you did interrogate, but you did so at least in a non-intrusive manner, at least physically. And then 1 for healing Kuna.
Man, I've been really wanting to do like full out torture
Also,
this whole time.
go ahead and give me some damage right now. Roll me some damage and probably.
Well, I
some-
healed.
How about we just give you the damage equivalent to what I would have just done?
Yeah, give me damage and wounds because I feel like I'd have some wounds.
So
you're asking for
six
a
additional, and then hang on. Even if he heals you, let's go with a critical injury
Yeah, I gotta do this.
for a little while.
I gotta do this with how it would be. So hit me up.
True, I cannot heal crits yet.
I guess do brawl checks, Aiden.
All right.
Like maybe 3.
Or just roll the crits.
Oh,
Because
three brawl checks. Okay.
Yeah, like if you broke multiple bones and popped some shit out, like I mean you're not a medical physician, so.
All right. So
You know how to do
1,
it somewhat
2,
safely.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
Oh shit.
7 additional, and then 3. I can
Okay, maybe
crit
don't roll it 3
twice.
times. Okay,
Let's
maybe
just
don't
do
roll
that
it
one
3
and the one that I
times.
had before. So that's gonna be 13 additional damage plus, and it's just gonna be my brawn, I guess. So it'd be per each one. So 12. So 25 damage. To strain. Damn. Okay, you know what? Let's just do 1.
So, Kuna, how are
1.
how are
So
you
he's.
doing?
We'll do
Wait
half.
for all of this to go through, and then I'll
So it's gonna we're gonna go with just 1, I guess, because he'll be fucking full out unconscious if I roll 2. So, so 6 plus 7, 13 strain, and then I can crit like twice.
All right, do it.
That is an 89 plus 10, so 99.
All right, what do you get?
You are crippled. That's exactly the one I was gonna suggest.
That actually works.
Yeah, one of his arms. The arm that I popped out as you guys were walking in.
Nice.
By the guys, I never thought running this game that people would be critting each other.
Good.
I
Good,
did.
Good. I'm
It's
glad that...
2 sessions in a row now.
Talon
2
crippled
sessions in a
Kuna.
row.
Yay!
Standbot almost crippled Talon.
Yeah. No,
I don't
it's
remember
true.
critting anybody. In fact, I think I saved someone from a crit, but you know. All right. So that was how much damage?
I didn't
Run
heal
it
his
back.
Oh,
but
that's a 13 strain.
13. All right. Yeah. Kuna's still got his mind going on.
What's your
I healed
strain
up his
threshold?
strain, but I cannot heal his arm.
How much? My strain threshold 16. How many wounds?
Oh yeah, hang on. Yeah, never mind. I guess because I'm not. So melee attack. So brawl attacks inflict strain damage, not wounds. So we could just say 13 to both. I mean, realistically, you take strain damage, not wound damage, from brawl
Right,
attacks.
so you can just say he takes strain.
Yeah, he took. Oh, that also means Stanbot can't heal.
True, I can heal his
Yeah.
Guess who heals strain?
You do.
Ha!
You kind of like Croak. I got this.
And then you
How
feel
much
better.
damage? Sorry, I had to answer a call. How much wound?
You don't take wound
There
from
is
brawls.
no
I don't
wound.
take any wound? Oh, I thought I took wound as well.
Jeez.
No,
Alright.
I'm just doing strain.
Alright, got it. Thought it was both.
All right.
Now I'm not really trying to get less dark side points, cause I do kind of want to have maybe like a Talon flip sides sort of shit, cause he wants to kill Huts. But I feel like the fact that I wasn't actually physically, maiming
I'm gonna run to
him
the bathroom while you try.
is
and
a
explain
little
this
bit
away.
less
It's not gonna work.
bad.
I mean, it's
It's more like mental scars.
no, it's No, it isn't, because the reason it's strain damage is because that's the way the game developers decided that's how it work. And I mean, there is legitimacy to it. Although I don't see why melee brawl doesn't do wound. Because that would make more sense to me, but I can
guess
see
that's what I
the logic.
expected as well.
It's like
I can see the
non-lethal or something.
logic in strain because again, like most people,
Cracking
like
muscle
their
or whatever.
physical ability would be non-lethal, and in most fights in real life, they don't without weapons they end because someone is exhausted and passes out or is knocked unconscious. They don't end in death when it's unarmed. Generally, if the other person is skilled and if there's even if they have any skill and they know what they're doing, then it can result in death. But most times, a drunken bar fight results in someone being unconscious because essentially their fortitude runs out, like just their strain. Yes, they take physical damage, but so I can see the legitimacy. But regardless of the semantics of which points you deduct from, you're still physically harming him.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
I mean, I mentioned I don't really care too much. I'm down.
Okay,
I'm
like,
down.
what would put you at the very edge?
Huh?
What amount of points deductive would put
Oh
you at
no
the
no
very
no,
edge?
that's that. It's like 32 for that, and I was at 36. So no, I'm totally down. Him being a dark side force user doesn't actually change that much, except for it limits the method. So like I can't use. Wait, what the fuck? That's weird. Did I lose? What's the total earned XP?
You're asking me?
No, I ask because I must have unclicked it or something. I have to go back through and change
like
that.
mid
I
500s,
I must have unclicked protect or unleash or something. Basically, it means that I can't use the protect skill for my protect unleash pretty much. I could only use unleashed. Certain skills work like that.
I'm also gonna say that your ability to resist your bloodlust towards huts or your general anger is going to be harder.
Hasn't been
To
getting
succeed against
progressively harder
restrainers.
and harder as we progress.
I'm pretty much just because you've done it more, so it's harder to stop yourself.
Yeah, that was
But
weird.
I'm gonna make it like even harder now, because that's kind of the whole idea of dark side. Is like you give in those
Yeah.
types of things. Okay, Kuna, how are you doing over there?
Well, I'm battered and bruised, and still conscious, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Just lying on a chair, my arm dislocated, and all the fun principles of life.
Sorry it took so long. I went to get my dinner too.
Well, bro, we were talking about the semantics of what this would now mean.
Right.
For Talon.
It's all
Also,
good.
how? Well, actually, never mind.
So where are we off?
I mean, even when I've done good things, I've not gotten
Should I roll
stuff.
my cool to see if I'm even still intelligible at this point?
Sure. Yeah, do that.
Why do you want to roll cool for everything? It'd be discipline.
I'm gonna see.
Discipline you broke me, but cool. I can still speak English or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's fine.
Shit on the corner.
I think you're over allowing him to use cool for stuff at this point.
Well, no, because I can see the legitimacy there. Because I mean, discipline, it would be him not wanting to give information, like withholding it, and then breaking down under that. But cool is keeping things together while battered.
No, that's discipline.
That doesn't make sense.
That if you literally read discipline, that's what it says. Or resilience.
What about the phrase "keep your fucking cool"?
That's not how this game does it.
I'm so
well, that's dumb.
Yeah, I don't know how everything works.
Keeping your cool totally enables you to react faster if you get attacked. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it kind of does.
Yeah, no, discipline would be under that sort of thing, or resilience.
I'm gonna say you can keep intelligible.
Okay. I just wanted.
And
to
it's
know
not
if
like
I'm
I've done
scared
any
right now.
psychological bullshit to him. I didn't do
I
any
just wanted to
Chinese
know
Where are we
water
all
if I'm
heading
torture.
now?
Well, I'm sure. I mean, it hurt, but I mean, again, based on your backstory, I'm sure you've gone through this a lot.
Probably, yeah.
So you're
Alright,
definitely in a lot of pain. But
I guess as Talon or Standbot or whoever just walks away and leaves me, I'll be like, friends, huh?
What makes you think that you're being left alone?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll say that even if you're sitting here.
Hey.
You're the one who decided to go behind our back. We're the ones who should be doubting whether or not you actually are on our side or not. You know,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
kind
for
of
all the
only
harm I've
you
done
know,
to
Kuna,
you.
we're kind of only dealing with a guy who can convert people with a snap of his fingers. I wonder why he might be a little bit upset that you'd go behind our back and do something, and why we might just be extremely suspicious of you moving forwards.
Cadmark from the cockpit chimes in. It's like, yeah, Kuna, there's not really any friends out here in the galaxy. I've learned it's more just temporary allies.
The truth has been spoken.
Anyway, speaking of temporary allies, you may not remember correctly because you're all bloodied, but I won this game of Sabak, so better luck next time.
Oh. Fair enough. Speaking of which, I'll say I put like 500 credits on that.
Okay, I wasn't even gonna deduct it. Okay.
No, because that's fun.
Okay.
That's just fun.
Alright.
So, where to now? We know where Vitiate is. Do we go and confront him? Go and pick up more people on the way?
I think I'm gonna take a nap.
I mean, I can tell you a bit about Vicious compound. A little
Sure.
bit. I've only been there a couple times.
Oh, wait, hold on. I totally remembered something. So basically, the thing I kind of imagine right now is that I've got a Kuna attached to like one of those rolling desk chairs, right? And I've like got him bound to the chair itself as well. So I kind of roll him over to like his sleeping quarters. And while they were there, I'm kind of like, yeah, by the way, Vitiate wants you dead or converted.
I sure wouldn't
Specifically
want that to
you.
happen then.
Oh, yeah. Also, see, here's a strange inconsistency. So, I know that you didn't do wound damage, but if he's all beaten up and bloodied like that, I can heal him.
I know that's
Because-
what's so fucking weird.
I don't.
I don't
All
know
right,
how
I'm
that
gonna
works.
say that Brawl does. I can see the logic.
It's because it's supposed to be non-lethal. Strain is the non-lethal
Right.
damage threshold, and wound is the lethal damage threshold.
I'm gonna say that you can choose between two, because I mean, at the end of the day, you could always beat someone unconscious, pick up a rock next to you, and smash it on their head. Like that would be lethal. That's not a far
100%.
stretch. So
You think I
you
could
know,
just heal him regardless of the semantics?
yeah, because I'd say ignore that, but only if it's Brawl.
Okay. I mean, I had two light side earlier for that roll that you weren't.
Yeah, you
weren't
can
letting me
take
use.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Alright, what am I getting back? And what form of damage is it?
Still strain, but we're gonna. There's enough time that we're gonna have to spend. I say you can get topped up.
Yeah, you probably would have healed over the trip. I mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. Just making
So
sure.
alright,
Where are
well,
we going?
yeah,
Hearing about the compound.
Cadmark steps off the. He kind of flies you into this little cove, and as he stops, he's like, "We really need to get rid of this damn ship. Corellians make it better."
Probably pawn it off somewhere.
He more grumbles to himself, saying that as he limps on over to the central table that kind of displays a map, kind of tapping his leg to try to get it asleep again or awake again. Sorry.
Feel that.
He pulls up a map, like a basic map of the galaxy, like that's based on the astrogation charts that the ship has. He taps on like towards the edge of the wild space. Like, here's where we need to go, and we're all the way over here. It's gonna be a long journey. During that time, I highly recommend we stop by wherever to get as many supplies as possible. Now, the people, I'm hoping you have a small elite force under your belt.
Yep.
Because it's
Small,
not.
yes. Elite, possibly.
Because
Two,
I
at least
promise
two
you,
of
no
them are
matter
elite.
how, even though his army is not to the size he is envisioning for himself, it is still much larger than anything you can muster together by the time his plans go through.
Well,
So
I
if we
would have
stop,
presumed we alerted like the Jedi Order and all that stuff.
I mean, if I'm remembering anything correct about this time, the Jedi Order is not necessarily the strongest of.
What's better than nothing?
If only we could control time travel at whim.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe if you roll
It's
high
not
enough, you
harder than
could.
nothing.
I don't know if that's my ability, but if we can, imagine we think we're gonna lose, and then I show up with a battalion or 7.
How about you try to
of
labyrinth us?
stormtroopers.
How about you try to labyrinth us back in time?
That's one thing I forgot to mention. I was talking about, and I guess this is for Kuna too, because you guys you haven't had as much time experience with the labyrinth.
Yeah, that's not exactly something I can
As
do.
Spencer has. Each person, as Spencer's kind of found out, has a different innate ability with the labyrinth. That's why Nick, I gave you your own homebrew set of skills.
Yep.
But for the 4 senses, like Talon, Stanvot, I gave them like basically labyrinth-oriented skills, and Stanvot's innate ability with the labyrinth, not
Hey, don't
that.
speak it. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
tell them what it is yet.
Wait,
Well,
do
no,
I
I'm not
is my
saying it's not
ghost
like
thing my innate ability from the labyrinth?
No, that's just a little guy you picked up, but
Well, I meant the thing I get
your
from him.
thing. Right. Well, no, you don't get it from him necessarily. You learn
Yes,
how to
I
do
just get it.
Just natural. Yeah. But that's your thing. So that's essentially a thing that has like your innate connection with the labyrinth. Like that's how you can use that extra energy. That's just kind of around. I mean, in a way, like Kuna uses it too, just not in the same way as you guys.
Well, we're gonna die.
I'm gonna groom Cringer. with
So
my
let's see.
good
We've
arm.
got. I imagine we'll probably bring like the named Jedi.
Well, we can bring the name Jedi, and we can bring the others along with us too. It's kind of on the way, isn't it?
Well, no, it's we probably need a small force. That's why I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. The name
You
Jedi.
need a small force that can slip through, but is big enough and skilled enough to take.
Yeah,
on
so the named
initiating
Jedi,
people he has around.
Rayloff,
Alduin.
Alduin, and then us. And then Kuna, you can pick your favorite 2.
Other than
favorite
the group of people that you should take, the actual compound itself is centered around one tall spire. Everything else is in a circle,
Sounds
like
familiar.
shape, just extends outwards from the spire.
That sounds like what we saw back on Mandalore.
Wouldn't be too surprised if he built that himself. He has a lot of connections everywhere.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. By the way, Nick, Talon's plan originally was to take the Pope back and force him to testify in front of the Republic. And admit to the indoctrination.
Fair enough.
That.
But other plans have been carried out.
Anyway, so I guess we gotta go. So I guess. Do you guys want me to go first? Because I can kind of not be detected by force powers.
No, I could have worked a solution, but I suppose we shall go with what you two come up with for now.
This sort of goes into the whole why are you hiding stuff from us?
There's also a Blaze of Glory plan.
Pardon?
Just like Cameron's like he talked about going down to potential Blaze of Glory.
What's that plan?
We just charge right in.
It's a
Not
bummer
with
we
the
can't.
force,
It's a
of
bummer
course.
we can't fix up that Star
We
Destroyer.
just fly to the central spire,
Hey,
tank
Cadmark,
out the damage, and rush in.
how much do you think we can fix up that Star Destroyer to get running?
I don't think we can.
That's not happening. Well, that's not happening. But what we can do is I have become rather skilled at stealing.
Hey, you know what sounds like a fun plan? The Mandalorians are still probably really pissed off they lost the war a few hundred years ago. If we can get Vitiate's people to come and attack us on Mandalore as like an affront to them, we could probably get a bunch of Mandalorians to help us.
Don't we
And
have
these are the good,
don't we
and
have
these are the good ones, not like the weak ones that we're dealing with in our time.
don't we
These are
have
like
2
the-
Mandalorians with us?
Yeah.
In fact, I have 2 Mandalorians with us.
These are like the almost conquered the galaxy breed. A few hundred years ago.
That's actually a decent idea.
How would you manage to convince them?
To what?
How would you manage to convince the Mandalorian people that Vitiate wants to do whatever to them? And why would Vitiate do that?
I mean, he likes attacking us at random points.
I mean,
So,
yes,
we
that's
just get
assuming
him
that
to
his-
attack
his
us when we're
goal
on the
is
planet.
to just rule you out as a factor.
There's other ways to get them to join us, though. Something about getting revenge on Revan might help, too.
Oh, we'd have to somehow. I don't know how do we get him to attack us on Mandalore. Honestly, I'd like the idea, but I don't know how.
Okay, this is a DM talking to the group thing now that characters. I'm not too sure about I just don't know much knowledge about Mandalore at this time. I do know that I do know a bit, but I don't know what type
I mean, I can
of
tell you what I as a person
relationship
know.
that
Kuna
they
just-
would have to Revan. I'm not sure.
Well, no, actually, Revan was the one that beat the Mandalorians.
Revan was the one who almost single-handedly defeated them in the, I don't remember what number it was, Mandalorian War.
Yeah, so they might have a grudge against him.
Small snicker.
Might is a
Kuna's just
light
gonna
term.
kind of-
I know you've never played the game.
Small snicker here. Kuna's just gonna kind of grin a little bit and pull out his handy dandy cultural guide tool and just look up Mandalorians and read about them. Under the cultural guide, since it sounds like we're gonna be
Good
having
call.
dealings with them.
Yes. We might. I mean, they're probably one of the strongest fighting forces we can find at the time.
For sure, but since this is from this cultural guide is from this time because I took it from.
Also, Vitiate has tried to rule you guys out as a factor, but if you guys stay away from him and don't mess with him, then he may not even be inclined to go after you anymore. Especially if he's just losing people at this point.
True.
He hasn't sent anyone after you in a long time.
Yeah, it's
True.
been a while.
He's lost quite a few people to us.
Right.
Whether that be dead or we are
And
now.
he has
so.
evidently slowed down his sending of people after you.
I still think regardless of using using Vitiate himself, playing the Revan card, especially since I might just happen to have something owned by him.
Also, since I have Mandos with me, I'm gonna have them walk me through the culture as I'm reading the book.
Alright, you get help from them.
Okay, these. So, Nick, how much do you know about history, world history?
As far as Star Wars goes, not as much
No,
as you.
Actual. I'm gonna make a comparison.
A decent portion. Go ahead and make your
The
comparison.
Mandalorians at the time of the Clone Wars are like Mussolini's empire compared to the Roman Empire.
Okay.
Trying to.
I mean,
emulate, but being very
hold
bad.
on, wait a second. If we're gonna be
no,
real
the
here,
specifically
Mussolini
evil
would
ones.
probably win because modern firearms.
I'm talking
No,
about
compare
more
the
like.
military might. Just raw
Yeah,
military might.
I
No.
mean, I get what you're trying to say, but what I'm trying to say is the military might per person drastically goes up with modern firearms. Like
That's
muskets,
not really.
not
what
really, but
I'm talking about culture-wise. Obviously, Mussolini's army would kick the Romans into non-existence because guns.
Yeah.
Like that's not even a question. But more just like what culturally Death Watch was trying to do was what Mussolini was trying to do with Rome. Or at least that's how I've always interpreted it.
Kuna's just doing this so that Kuna can already kind of fit in with the political sphere of it, can do all the cultural appropriations. This is kind of like a diplomat's tool. So if we even have the hope of trying to frame something like this, I need to be prepared. So Kuna's doing that for preparedness.
Also,
I mean,
like,
if we're just going to sneak
again,
in with a small group, then we probably don't need any.
just for logistics' sake, because unfortunately, role-playing games are not like movies or games.
Yes.
That are
Yes.
set in what will happen. Because of Vicious motivations, he would not specifically go out because he is still in a position of the defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, why would he not? Obviously, there's a reason why he is not just outright attacking the galaxy now. Why is the purpose of sending all these things into the future and trying to do all that? Like, what is the purpose of this setup? So currently, he's playing the defensive. So going to war against Mandalore, who, as Standby has made, or Spencer's made clear, is not a good idea. The possibility of him doing that is unlikely unless you did something to trigger him to come to you. Like, unless you did something to make him desperate.
What I'm saying is we might not even have to get him to instigate.
we could convince the Mandalorians we know where Revan is, and he could come.
Fact, automatic.
So you're trying to get some Mandalorians to just help you take Vitiate out.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably, if we could get like an entire fleet together,
I
then
could probably do that.
They could probably help, like, significantly.
I could probably make that happen. Alex, also, on flavor-wise, using the cultural etiquette tool, add an automatic advantage to social checks made to interact with members of that culture.
Alright.
We have literal Mandalorians. Couldn't they just talk to the other man? I mean, I of course they couldn't, like, I doubt, I feel like it'd be weird them talking to the Mandalorians, but, like, in terms of cultural stuff, I feel like they could.
Just give it to Andy. You don't have to worry about semantics. You're getting the advantage.
Alright.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yes. So, yeah, we could do that. Though honestly, if the plan is to just go in with a small strike force, that's not really worth our time because we already have two. Unless we need more, what we think our current strike force won't be strong enough.
And this is being going back as Cadmark now.
Is this Mandalore the one where everyone's
coming back to the game?
Oh, Dennis is coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I already wrote Cadmark into his position a long time ago, but it just fits that he wants to join back in. So
interesting little thing about that is when I found out about that, I guessed that the guy we were going to meet on the ship was Dennis, and that was how Alex was going to reintroduce it. And Alex was like, "Ah, shit."
So when is Dennis coming back?
Don't know yet. I told him that currently he's an old man.
We're figuring out a method to not be old.
We could try to figure out a method for him not to be an old man, but I'm not just going to make it happen. It has to be organic, or he can join back in when other shit happens. I already have a spot for him. It'll just be a little bit, or potentially faster, because I've also shortened a bit of the stuff I was originally planning for the campaign.
Is this still going to be a 3-episode type deal? Because we're only in episode 2 still.
Yeah, I don't know anymore.
Did we completely just scrap that idea?
Well, no, it is still like episodic. I saw the point of view. The moment you were sent back in the past, I saw that as the end of episode 1.
Yeah.
Episode 2, I'm kind of seen as this first Vitiate struggle. Like, whatever happens with Vitiate that you guys do, that'll be episode 2. And what I might have to do with episode 2 is I might have to take a week break for me to figure out, like, depending on what happens. If what I plan on happening happens, then I don't need to take a week break. But if something drastic happens, I need to restructure a little bit to get to what I want to next.
Kuna succeeds the leadership role to convert Vitiate.
Kuna succeeds.
To be our converts Vitiate to
But,
be.
this
Kuna's
I don't
first,
think that's
leadership
allowed.
role to stop Order 66.
regard either this first or last like vitiate encounter, will be kind of the end of episode 2, and I have a place for Dennis to come in towards the beginning of episode 3, so he'd be joining in fairly soon.
So hold on, we're in the whole Mandalore culture era where they're kind of all like honor fight to the death with someone random.
Yes.
I mean, couldn't we convince them that they're? I mean, we really could just go tell them there's a really strong guy who's
And
consolidating
that the Republic
power.
won't care at all if if they just
Yeah,
destroy
exactly.
everything.
Exactly.
That
They're
might
both.
work too.
Yeah, and just be like, this dude's pretty damn strong. Like I've seen him personally take out like numerous Jedi on his own. So like I guarantee you
Entire
there'd be some
ships.
pretty heavy honor in killing this lad.
Alright, so we going to Mandalore?
Yeah, let's go to
Yeah.
Mandalore.
Apparently.
I'm gonna have a little speaky with Talon and stand by.
Alex, I'm sorry, by the way.
What?
That I brought this upon you.
Oh no, do you know? Okay, I
Well-
write a lot of stuff, but still, even my DMing is like 80% improv.
I've been
I
wanting
do
to
a
have a
good-
fleet
I
to.
do a good job at making it seem fairly seamless because I write a lot of cues based on ideas, so I can build off of it, and I already have a general concept of side rails. But if you, whatever the hell you guys want to do, I will accommodate.
See, the thing is, Alex has had me in a numerous amount of his games, so as a result, he's prepared to perfectly expect absolute bullshit to happen. Such as in the last Pathfinder game where we put Dennis in a fighting tournament and I got like 48,000 gold pieces.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah,
love
and then you wouldn't let me buy a freight. Like I could totally afford to buy like a frigate and then man it, but Alex wouldn't let me.
God, I miss Gurky and Gherkin. Gurky and Gherkin and Schmevels are my favorite NPCs I've created.
Nice.
Which Smebbles? The original or the
So Schmevels was originally a goblin that I convinced after murdering all his friends, I convinced him with a diplomacy roll that we were his long lost friends and he was our missing companion Schmevels.
Yeah, you've told us about
Yeah.
All he wanted in turn was to kill some people and to kill some Longshanks and pickles.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And I ripped a gecko off a ceiling once and gave it to him to
And
ride.
he played seagull baseball, where he would
Oh yeah.
use his club, pick up stones, and bat up stones at seagulls.
I remember
Try to
that.
kill 'em.
I remember that.
Anyway,
All right,
Side
I'm
tangents.
gonna pull Talon and stand by his side during our little flight to Mandalore.
I'm
After
assuming
I've
we get back to Adronicus' ship and bring him with us. And the other Jedi who had already gone back.
you can do that.
All right. Assuming I'm on Adronicus' ship, I'm gonna say, all right.
Well, as you approach the ship, just Cadmark sees the ship's like, hey, now see, that's a Corellian ship.
Hey, that's our headquarters right now.
Cadmark, you
Well, then
can
why
you
the hell are we not flying in that?
it can't go underwater.
Oh.
Also, he
it's
was
kinda-
wanted.
Also, it would have caused a lot of political issues if that guy went down to the surface. Not a good time.
No.
Yeah.
He's wanted in every single sector as well.
I don't know about every single sector, but he's
Oh.
wanted in most of them.
Most
I bet I
parsecs.
got him beat. I'm wanted in every sector and every time.
How'd that end up happening,
I
Cadmark?
don't think.
fun.
Why haven't we seen a wanted poster for you then?
I'm so wanted that people don't even know it.
They don't want the government. The government doesn't want people knowing about him because people are going to try and emulate him.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we get back to the ship. Is there anything else?
You were back to the ship.
Okay. Kuna,
All right,
let's go.
yeah, pulling these two aside, I'm just gonna say, I feel it would be no strain of words to say things have been a little tense lately.
You
What's up?
think?
Now listen, in my previous lines of work, secrecy is just a given. We don't ask questions about what everyone's trying to do and how things pan out or what the plan is. You just don't ask that. So I would like
Yes.
to know. We should probably lay some ground rules going forward. I have secrets. I'm sure you and you both have secrets. There are things that I don't want to share. There are things that obviously should be shared. So, laying down some ground rules, what is it that the two of you would like to know?
Well, the basic is that you shouldn't assemble a shadowy group of people and not tell us. It's fine if you don't want to tell us. Well, I mean, now we want to know what they're doing because you hid it from us. But originally, if you didn't want to tell us what it was, you just said, I'm going to assemble these and then told us your my eyes bullshit statement. That would have been fine. But because we are dealing with a dude who can brainwash people by looking at them, it's kind of imperative for us to be aware of what the fuck you're doing. So we
At
know
all
you
times?
haven't been brainwashed. Because, I mean, if you get brainwashed, I'm going to assume you'd probably want us to break your brainwashing.
I must say I had not thought of that far ahead.
Yeah,
That's a fair point.
that is why
Doesn't
it is
surprise
an
me.
issue.
Oh, thank you, Stanbot, for your words of encouragement. I'm sure I would have had some. No, probably not. In any case, all right.
I think you're underestimating how dangerous this guy is, Kuna.
Oh, I'm not. I'm aware of what he can do. He sent a kill squad after us the last time. He almost took your life. If it wasn't
Yep.
for me, you'd be lying in a pool of blood on a where were we? Corellia at the
Wasn't it
time?
Stanbot
Coruscant.
who
Coruscant?
stopped me from
Coruscant.
dying?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the one who saved you both.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have made it back in time.
What?
Yeah, I can totally not.
I still, by the way, out of character. That's that
You've never
fucking
done that
thing
before,
pissed me
so
off. That I took
but
0 damage from the attack, and I got crit deathed.
Yeah, it happens.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
just
there
become a
should be a
plan.
rule somewhere in there. That's like 0 damage should just negate getting a crit.
Such
You
is life.
know?
Anyways, I have no clue you can raise people from the dead. I've never seen you do it before. So unless I have, I doubt it though.
No, I have not.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Raising people from the dead?
He's never seen me do it.
Oh,
Only
he's
Stanbot can do that.
he's seen me do it.
Stanbot could do that? Okay, but that's just wrong.
He's seen me do it with fucking shot gloves.
That was just horrifying.
I've done it twice.
Alright. I do like my secrecy. I will tell you everything you need to know at all times. However, I would like some things of mine kept private. If it's anything that is pertinent to this group and what it is trying to accomplish and the people responsible, I will let you know. Is that good enough?
Okay, fine. That's acceptable.
Alright.
But
write this down
you're
on
going to tell
because-
us what you did before you crashed on Mandalore.
Oh, what did I do before I
Oh.
crashed?
What
on
what
Mandalore?
specifically were you doing? Who were you working for? Why were you on Mandalore? Cuz I'm sorry, but it may
Funny
seem
how we're coming back to this at this point.
it seems a little bit convenient that you showed up when you did.
I'm gonna just reach over to my humidor, pull out the good shit, and offer one to Talon and to Stanbot and say, you might want to relax a minute for this one.
I'm going to refuse personally, but
For once I will take it, and I'll use my lightsaber to ignite it.
And I'm just gonna hold mine over, just kind of as a gesture.
I buzz it.
Alright, I'll just kind of take a puff at it, and I'm like, alright, how much do you want? There's a long story and there's a short version. Which one do you want?
In the year blank, Kuna was born to
he was a healthy baby at.
Everything pertaining to how you ended up on Mandalore.
Alright. So, I guess in order to tell that, I have to go a little further.
Well, yeah, presumably how you ended up joining the group that was employing you and that sort of shit. But
Before I was employed by the one most recent, I was a general, a standing officer of many a separatist war, many a separatist engagement. I've been relatively successful and famous from my rise from a mammoth. I was originally forcefully enlisted. As my father before me, what happened to him, I have no clue. In any case, I was very, as I said, very prominent, very successful, and I caused many a victory for the separatists until a couple of my peers, of which I will not name or mention because out of fear of incurring their wrath again.
the fuck are they gonna do? You're like before their ancestors
You
were
can kill
born.
them before they were even born.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to. In any case, these people, and partly because I don't have names for them because I never thought I'd go this far. Anyways, these guys they've been in power a little longer than I have. They've been a little higher up on the food chain, so to speak, and seeing my sudden rise didn't quite warm up to them the way that I would have hoped. Before I know it, there was a bit of a, I'll spare you the details, a bit of an altercation. And my ranks in the separatist army were unfortunately revoked. I was abandoned and thrown into the Outer Rim, in which said officials, which I do not have a name for, they ordered a hit on me. They wanted me gone. They wanted whatever I can do out of this world, but it was not to be. Alas, I am still here. A separate, a syndicate faction, which does not go by any other name. There is no name for this faction. They, in a sense, got wind of what I was doing, or where I was, or who I am, and I laugh thinking on how that could be. They got wind of my location and they saved me for whatever reasons. Obviously indebted and with no other job or way to sustain myself or use the skills of which I had honed, I found myself naturally working under them. I've been you could call it an underboss. I've been watching over many different questionable trades and deals throughout the course of my remaining years until, one such awry deal and a hut whose name I have written in my backstory.
What do you say?
Did I just hear a crusade?
Man, popping out that shoulder really made me wanna, kill a hut.
Yeah. Alan, hearing a hut, you just instinctively ignite your lightsaber, and you start foaming at the mouth a bit eager.
Has the color of his lightsaber crystal shifted slightly?
No, my eyes are yellow.
His eyes are yellow now.
I guess. Well, this final push of anger, like you see his eyes begin to yellow as he eagerly awaits to hear about the hut.
What?
You might want to chill out. Your eyes are looking a little scary there, bud.
I'm a 7-foot tall lizard. My eyes always look scary.
They're yellow.
You want me to put this?
Oh.
You want me to put this on hold?
Continue, please.
What's ironic is that Talon started his entire quest looking for yellow eyes.
Yeah, it is.
He's found them.
Hey, I finally found those yellow eyes I was looking for at the start.
Gone full circle.
Impressive.
They were within me all along.
Look, Talon, it only took you a year of real life time and centuries or millennia in the game time to find yellow eyes.
So, anyways, continuing this story, this hut started muscling his way into our business, and he needed somebody to take care of him. And what do you know about that? last known whereabouts was over Mandalore. Found him. Fortunately, he found me first, and all of my men are currently lying somewhere out in space.
So what you're saying is if we go back to the time that we're from, I can find a hut above Mandalore?
He was there once. I'm not sure he's there now. A lot has happened since.
This is important
I got left
information. This information has earned you the right to be forgiven. Slightly.
It's all, it's more than normal.
Now, I'm not going to try and degrade this moment, but I feel like Kuna's mentioned the fact that he was betrayed by a hut before.
Oh, he has.
I have.
But he didn't give me the information on where I could find the hut.
True.
That's a pretty big one for Tal.
Yeah, I knew what sector it was in until now.
So, Talon,
unfortunately.
anything you're hiding?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Misted Younglings. Kirara. Let's see, what else was there? You know, the psycho genocide of huts.
I mean,
I never told you guys about Kirara, but I mean, is that really important?
who's
No,
that?
I told you everything I got. So.
She's like this barbell that I met during my training on Coruscant. And she kind of ran away when I told her I was a Jedi. That was kind of a real bummer. Anyways, yeah, she works for like some shipping agency.
Hot on her, she hot?
Yeah, she is. But I mean, that's from a barbell perspective. For you guys, I don't know.
Probably couldn't even tell that she was.
Yeah, Stanbot probably couldn't even tell it was a female.
I'll have you know, love comes in many forms in my past experience.
You're not talking about kitty diddling, are you, Kuna? Because I'll have to
No,
fucking cut your head off for
What
that.
do you take me for? Jesus Christ.
Listen, I've had to deal with a lot of shit. Like, they made me train on Coruscant. Think of the shit that I had to see.
I was a mammal.
You see Rancor on Twi'lek before? You see that before?
Oh my
I'm sure I have.
Stanbot's gonna get slightly pale and almost throw up.
Mark starts laughing. I have.
Mark's probably gotten off to it before.
Probably.
All right. What about you, Stanbot? Here at the table, theoretically.
Yeah,
you wanna
give us your deepest, darkest secrets.
I feel like I already have.
All right. Well, go over it again for my sake.
You never told us the initial thing.
What initial thing?
Well, I gave you my story. I know his now. I know bits of yours. Why don't you just put it on the table?
Just a normal Jedi Knight. Nothing really special about me except for the labyrinth, I guess. That's kind of.
Nice. Come on, that's boring.
Stanbot,
There's gotta be
come
a little
on.
more than that.
We know that's not true.
Yeah, nothing special, honestly.
Can I make a cool check to see if he's fucking with me right now?
It's not cool. I don't think it's cool. It's either discipline or.
I don't know. Because I made a cool check on the last conversation.
No, that's if someone's being overly nice.
Is that
That's a
overly
cool
being
one.
overly nice?
Yeah, it is.
I'm pretty sure it's deception versus.
Discipline would be if you're being mentally sorting truth from fiction and determining when someone is lying or not.
Oh, is that discipline?
Is also a function. I think it'd be your deception, Stanbot, versus.
My deception is not high.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a 4-star in my deception. What does that mean for him?
Well, I think.
I guess you roll a force die, and then if you get success, then we'll.
If I succeed, then it fails.
Well, no, a white point is one success per. Like with the force die, when you're adding it, it's like one success per.
We'll just add the opposite of whatever you rolled to next roll, unless
Yeah.
you roll. Basically, just try to roll whites.
Yeah. Okay.
If you roll black, it won't do anything.
And I shall be rolling as well. Wait, do you get all 3 of your force die or just 1?
Oh
All
wow.
3.
Yeah.
So that's 4.
So you
wait,
guys all
would I have
get
to roll
4
twice?
failures.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what am I counteracting here? Is this your?
So you guys would all take 4 failures.
I get my force die plus what you guys rolled against.
Okay.
Well,
So, yeah, you rolled
here's the thing. We know he's lying because of past. We know he's lying because of past things. Like
Explain the past things.
I can't remember him off the top of my fucking head.
Stuff,
That's the issue
If I
here.
remember correctly, you talked about your
Yeah,
master things.
yeah, and we know. Like I know you were not a normal Jedi. For one, you were a Padawan, not a Jedi Knight. Right.
No, I
Um,
guess that is true. I forgot that I was at
Um,
the beginning.
you were a Padawan, and like you at some point conveyed the fact that you did some like freaky anger shit or something like that, or you had like a freaky anger shit dream, but you didn't never fully tell us what it was.
All right, I took the universal die pool for this one, boss. So put 2 more successes on that drain.
Yeah, you still did not
Advantage.
succeed. It's
Okay, well,
only neutral.
how many am I? Okay, how many am I fighting then?
You
It's
are
need
it's
4.
neutral. You need 1 more.
How many do I need to flip?
You 1.
Flip.
Alright.
Wow.
Dies for cast.
Yeah, here's the thing. We know.
Okay, so what
this-
happens now that you know in character also, besides just in person, that I'm not telling the truth with that?
Well, we.
Well, I mean, the information you withheld, you know, you already know, like just your backstory stuff.
Well, they have to do it ask in person, or in character, sorry.
I think I'd follow just anybody, Stan Bot. I'll have you know that I've been doing this for a long time, and I like to think that I get to know the people around me, my men specifically, but
What about the weird, angry shit that you did with Teresa?
I'd like to get to know you a little better too. So if you could, just tell me about yourself.
Who doesn't care for a loved one? Or
Besides, you and Teresa aren't exactly normal Jedi by the, means of it. Most of us were out and about, while you were one of the few that stood pretty strongly against the war. Sure, most of us may not have liked it, but you guys were barely part of the Order, were you? I think the original thing was your. I feel like
We were medical.
originally. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can
we
ask
were
our
medical.
questions later. How about you just tell us your story for now? I gave you what I got and where I come from. Same here. Why don't you just tell us what you got and where you came from?
Well, I guess it all started when I was born. Nice, healthy, 10 kilograms. That's really heavy for a
10 kids.
baby. I don't know. I don't know.
10 kilograms.
You were a fat baby.
You-
Talent just kind of looks down. Were you malnourished or something?
Okay, wait.
Talon does not understand the metric system.
No, because
Probably closer to like 10
Probably
pounds.
heavier.
I was thinking
well,
pounds. not
no,
kilograms.
because barbells are much
Well, yeah, I
bigger.
know.
So I was thinking like for a human it'd be fat. For a barbell it'd be like, you malnourished?
Alright, continue. Anyways, your story.
I guess I ended up in the Order just like everyone else. I was taught by my master for many years. When the war broke out, he decided that it went against what the Jedi should stand for, so we just worked in the medical division. I heard he made quite a name for himself back in the day. Back before the war, but during the war he was reviled by some.
Wait, are you talking about Teresa? Or
No.
so then I thought Teresa was your master.
No, I always told you she was another Padawan with him.
No,
No, that's true.
I do not remember that at all.
Yeah.
I do.
I specifically remember us being under the assumption Teresa was his master.
You might have been under
Benefactor,
assumption, but
maybe.
I do remember.
But now dice are
Benefactor.
Well, because
Benefactor.
Teresa was much better at healing than him, and
Yeah,
she was
she's
her
also older.
mentor at
She was further
healing.
along.
Yeah, she was she was still
Yeah.
training, but further
She
along.
became a Jedi. She became a Jedi Knight about halfway through.
Yeah, see, that's something we
Yeah,
weren't
in your
aware
guys'
of.
present time, she's a full-fledged Jedi.
Well, besides her that, I guess I was sent on a mission. Um, she commandeered me from the master for a little bit, sent me on a mission, and that's about all I can remember, really.
You got sent on a mission and you have no clue what it is?
Oh, I know. Well, the mission was to investigate the boxes.
Wait,
It
Right,
was
well,
originally the
is that the
mist.
original mission?
Yes, that was the original point of this campaign.
Yeah.
Okay.
so
Investigating the
so then,
mist to
Stambot, what were
figure-
you doing on Talus?
I had heard of a mysterious presence in the forest, so I showed up there to look for it.
What about you, Stan Von? You soft on anybody?
No, a Jedi
No?
is not.
Sounds boring.
Honestly, I really have not had the free time to become emotionally attached to someone in that way.
Take a break sometime, it'll do wonders for you.
Maybe once this is over.
Alright.
Looks off
well,
longingly into the distance.
Sid is
Damn,
drawing
Stambot.
something on. What about you, Cadmark?
No, him?
Yeah,
He's
what
just a
about that guy?
mercenary. He's just a smuggler.
You don't even know where to. I don't even know where to begin.
Hey, I got a stogie if you got the
How
time.
about I begin with how terrible this freaking ship is?
We're off the ship. We're on the Corellian ship now.
Well,
Yeah.
he's still trying to mess
Oh.
with
Yeah.
Yeah.
the other one,
Mm-hmm.
Moncal.
Smuggler,
Yeah, no, seriously, if I try to go through Stanbot's story, it'll literally take like hours.
Cadmarks or
Or
Cadmarks?
yeah,
or-
Cammark, sorry.
So
Okay, I was gonna say, wait a
basically,
second, my story's not that long.
so basically, with Cadmark was a pod racer dude. His friend was a pod racer, and then his friend shrooped. And Cadmark became a smuggler, trying to figure out where his friend went off to. And his friend was working for the Black Sun, and Stambot and Cadmark ran into him. And I think his friend was actually in the ship with us, wasn't he?
Yeah.
When we got arrested.
Yes, his friend had gone off world in a rush originally, and ended up becoming affiliated with the Black Sun over time. And
I
Cadmark
don't
was
think
on the
Nick
search
even knows
for
what
him,
that
and that
is.
was
What
put
the
in.
Black Sun is, I read the book.
Well,
Right,
no,
the Black Sun. Well, the Black Sun.
They were like the
it
original
is.
bad guys.
and we had a mini boss
so-
guy who Dennis one-shotted by crit deathing him on the
But
first round.
the Black Sun's like agenda was they were trying to collect the boxes for
Mhm.
Maul, who was
Maul.
secretly in charge of them, and
Yep.
Maul, as you guys know now, are under the thumb of Bastila and Revan, well, specifically more Revan.
Okay, so I guess we get to Mandalore at some
yeah.
point too.
Yeah, well, there you go. Look at that, everything's on the table now.
So you guys believe Stanbot?
I would like to.
I think you're hiding something, but
If I find out
Oh, I
you're
totally
hiding,
am, but unless you
find
guys are
out-
gonna press further.
I mean, I'm pretty damn sure that you're gonna hide more shit, but I'm just gonna use that as a reason for why I shouldn't have any problems hiding things.
Yeah, I keep forgetting
Man,
that
I'm-
Kuna basically missed a whole other campaign.
Yeah.
yeah, when I did those special sessions because you were gone, I included Sushi and Zada, and I completely forgot that Spencer was the only person who knew who the fuck they were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no idea.
Because
Yeah,
I was
this
the
is
only
like-
other original left.
I mean, as far as like campaigns are concerned, too, like a lot has happened, and two, like this is a long campaign.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah, so
let's get
I'm
to
just gonna kind of be like, come on, guys. I'm disappointing you guys. I'm the only one who's really being fully transparent here.
Actually, I was 100% transparent. I just said.
Kuna, I know you're lying to me.
No, I'm not.
Believe it or
I'm
not, he's telling the
exactly-
truth.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I
who
don't.
keeps a lot of top secrets. I'm still using. I'm gonna be using that pact right now. I keep my goddamn more secrets in the future, but none of them are gonna pertain to this.
I mean, gonna give you guys another
Swear.
universal die boost because you guys have been on spot character conversations.
Pinky swear, brother.
I mean, if you guys want to learn more, you're gonna have to push harder than that.
And any.
Well,
Right
I
now,
mean,
I
if I
I am hiding,
really
but not lying.
wanted to learn more, I would push your fingers in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
I've experienced one once before. I would just tell him what he wants to know. Just say.
Sambot, I don't understand why you're so intact. Like, I mean, I could get maybe Kuna, but like me and you have been we've been adventuring for a really long time.
I've done things I'm not proud of, and I'd rather not speak.
I am literally on a youngling mist fueled genocide of the Hutt species, and you think that I'm proud of everything I've done?
You do
Were you
Yes,
guys proud
actually.
of?
You
Were
do
you guys proud
realize-
of cutting the face off of that person, or
That was
more
Nick.
the-
Okay.
yeah,
You
Oh.
also do realize that I was a separatist general. You want to talk about how much pride I have?
I
You
never
wanna know
once
about
cared.
the things I've done.
Kuna, I've known that for a while, and I've never once cared.
Well, fantastic. I
Yeah,
wanna
it's just two.
know that.
It's just two sides of the war. I mean,
Hey, war's ugly. That's all I have to say about that.
okay.
Anyways, what about you, huh? What are you keeping under crystal lips?
Look,
Come
the
on,
young
Stanbot.
Stanbot wasn't exactly so happy to heed his master's warnings about the dangers of this war.
Yeah,
That war.
I could definitely concur with that.
Yeah, it's
Did I tell you about how I vaporized the dude who set off the bomb who misted those younglings?
No.
Oh, well, yeah. I think that was the start of it when I started having a lot of fucking issues with the Hutts. The dude was like he like blew up some. The intent was to blow up like some businessman who was refusing to pay tariffs to like a Hutt. And well, I kind of just sort of like stuck out my hands and I vaporized him. So yeah, that was a long time ago. I've hated Hutts since then. Yeah.
may or may not.
I
have
thought it was
been-
pretty cool. I didn't understand why my master kept telling me, no, you can't do that. You can't let anyone know you did that, Talon.
I may
You can't ever do that again.
I think I might be able to help you understand that one.
I may have been somewhere in the chain of
I
command
just-
that may or may not have led to a lot of casualties, not exactly pertinent to the war.
That might be a little bit fucked up if you're saying that you killed civilians for no reason, Kuna.
Yeah.
Hey,
That
was a
might be.
different-
That's
Different
that's
time.
that's a whole nother level of issues.
Yeah,
different
that-
time. Unfortunately,
There's what I
it's
was
been
hiding,
very
and then there's that.
Come on, Stanbot. Tell us about your weird, freaky murder.
Alright, just to kind of cover, so that we cover some ground here. I love the top.
Oh yeah, let's get to Mandalore, and we can continue. We can
Um,
Yeah, we
continue
can
something
continue this
later.
Right.
as we
So,
go on.
who are you taking with you on the ship?
Well, right now we have everyone on Andronikos' ship because we're
Correct.
going to Mandalore.
So you're going with everyone to Mandalore on this ship.
Yes.
Okay, then you
Mhm.
guys have already been on the way.
Yes.
Okay.
We that's what I assumed we were doing this like on the way to Mandalore.
I wasn't sure. That's why I just interjected by asking.
Yep. So
Just
does Cadmark have to fly the capital ship too? Is Cadmark
He
about
doesn't
to
have
pod
to.
race the capital ship?
He doesn't have to, but he's definitely asked and probably convinced.
And
Andronikos
probably
to
told
let
no.
him.
Let's just say
Well,
that
he probably
Kuna was-
convinced. I'm gonna say he probably convinced him. Yeah.
let's say Kuna
Cause
was
Stan
very-
Stanbot, sorry, at this point, Cadmark's basically like a older version of Andronikos.
Yeah,
True.
Pretty much.
He's
Let's
like,
just say
look,
Kuna was.
kid.
Let's just say Kuna was once very hungry for victory. As a separatist general, a lot less morality was taken until later. That didn't really start weighing on him until afterwards. So there's that.
Stanbot, why must you hide everything from us? Why
There
don't you
go.
trust me, Stanbot?
Yeah, stand by.
If you really want to know, I can tell you. But it's...
Tell me then.
We
After
do
what
wanna
Kuna
know.
said, after what Kuna said, he's like, it's not even worth hiding. It's like, oh, okay, this is...
Yeah, your turn.
Well, young Stanbot thought he could be a hero and save some civilians. Actually succeeded pretty well, got them out. And then they tracked down our ship, took us all prisoner, killed the civilians. My master and Teresa came to break us out. Only
That's
one of them made it back.
your secret.
And then I killed everyone on that ship.
Ooh, how many?
Uh, I don't know. How many are normally on a separatist capital ship?
Actually, I know the exact number.
People, not droids.
Oh. Well, I know
7?
the exact number. Alex, how many do I know that are on a capital?
It's like 7.
30.
No, it's like 7, dude. There's like no people on them.
Let's say this was an
this one had-
abnormally populated
I'm
ship
saying,
for...
alright, if it's like none on a
with
normal
actual
one, then I'm
people.
gonna say there's like, for what a Padawan is more realistically capable of doing in a rage, let's say 18.
Alright. It's probably a smaller one given the.
Hey, that reminds me of.
Probably around 18 people.
That's pretty cool. That kind of reminds me of that time I had to take out oh fuck, what were they called? They were this like death stick sex cult thing. Fucking weird, man. They're the ones who did the Rancor.
I don't need to know.
And they wouldn't go peacefully, right? So, yeah. You can only have someone shoot a blaster at you so many times until you're like, yeah, let's just see how much you like getting thrown in the Rancor pit.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is, like all of y'all, I did some terrible things in the name of my nation, and well,
I don't think anything that I did was necessarily terrible.
well, I did.
Or at
I
least
did
not what I'm letting on
That's
now.
just one of many.
Okay, so
Alright,
let's get to the planet.
And you guys
Anyways,
approach to
continuing.
Mandalore, and you see a barren wasteland of a planet, just completely like filled with white sand. Pretty much all that covers. That's correct for this time, right? I did a quick Google search while you guys were talking.
Okay.
Is that correct?
It sounds correct-ish. I can't remember though. Let me Google.
That's all I saw at the end of the Jedi Wars. Like basically, Mandalore was left a husk of a planet, and all the cities were within domes.
Alright.
Yes. Okay, that's probably right.
Is there any sort of garb that is more like presentable for Mandalorians? I have no clue.
Sure, I guess there is
Probably
their own clothing system they have, but the armor is one of the most like symbolic pieces of their entire culture. However, since you do not have Mandalorian armor,
We have 2 people who
you
do.
can try to show your prowess best you can.
Well, we have 2 actual Mandalorians wearing Mandalorian
Mandalorians
armor.
with Mandalorian armor, so I'll just wear one of those.
Well, no, I say just let them wear their normal armor and have us dress
You know
normally.
from your cultural guide that letting the Mandalorians wear their cultural armor is probably the better idea.
It's a better idea? Alright, well,
Yeah.
what should I wear then?
Just
Should I
normal,
wear
your normal
armor.
stuff.
Alright, well, I'll just be
Yeah.
normal laminate armor then.
Yeah, you see this barren wasteland of a planet, and you hear on the sensors, the camera's like, hey, we got company.
Where at?
They're coming up on behind us, 2 of them.
Alright,
Send a Kuna. Try and communicate with them. Hit them up on the scanners. I'm gonna hop on a turret.
Can do. I'm gonna
This is my ship. I'll communicate. Kuna can help.
Stanbot, hop on.
Andronicus butts in.
This is Andronicos' ship. I don't think we need to do anything. They have people that are trained for this. They're gonna be able to shoot way better than we can.
No, we're on the.
Kuna can help,
guys
but me and
know.
Talon probably.
I've dealt with things like this before. I can help you, Adronicus.
Me and Talon are useless. Kuna can be useful here.
Well, hang on. We can get in the
I've
gunnery
dealt
turrets.
They have professionals for that. They're gonna have way higher gunnery stats than we can get.
They might not actually do.
I used to have to sweet talk for smugglers. I'm sure I could do this.
Yeah, and again, and just so you know, any NPC that I write that helps you have not great stats.
Yeah.
True. Okay.
Because I hate overshining players at any point. So you are probably mixed. I made these guys a generic yellow and 2 green because I figured
Yeah,
they
no,
would
we're
be
way
good,
better
but
than.
they're not.
Yeah. Okay, we're
Not
better than
insane.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll hop in one of the turrets then.
that.
All
Okay,
right.
I will as well. Guys.
Kuna, you are online with Andronikos, and Catamark has put the ship at a slower speed, just to
Good
kind of
old,
see what happens.
good old cultural guide. Is there any sort of like protocol that needs to be followed?
Well, you don't even know these
I'll
guys are
say,
Mandalorians yet.
Just saying.
um, if these guys are Mandalorians, I'll say you can talk in a way that would be better.
Okay.
I'm not really sure exactly what that would mean. So just
I don't know
to
if they're
avoid
Mandalorians
semantics, we'll
either.
just say that you greet them in the appropriate way or whatever.
Okay. Okay. Good. That's all I meant really. All right. So yeah, go ahead. I'll just be in the background. I'll let it
Yeah,
kind of chart.
on the comms you hear you are entering Mandalorian airspace. Why are you here?
I'll let Adronicus start speaking, and I'll just kind of add in any information that might be needed.
All right, Janica starts with, oh, we're just here. We got some people who'd like to talk to maybe some of your officials. That's at all possible.
That is correct. I am, and I'll state my name, Kuna Shul, and I seek audience with your delegates.
Well, as long as you agree to a full detailed escort,
No
we
objections.
can let you on.
Yep, no objections here.
So Evan or Alex, jeez. Just for it depends on. It looks like it depends on if you're going off of Legends or canon. Because in Legends, it didn't happen until much later. The whole nuking the planet into being uninhabitable. But I don't know about canon. I'll take a look at that.
Well, there might not be any canon on that because all that stuff was erased
The
from
planet
canon.
is not in disarray. It definitely took a big hit after the Jedi Wars, but it's not in disarray yet.
There's probably like a couple select barren areas that are probably like nuked or space nuked.
The Halo version of glassing a planet.
No, not that.
Fucking ribbo mode. See it reach.
Alright, with a few ships guide you down to Mandalore. When you land, there are multiple ships around you and a lot of soldiers waiting for you.
I'm assuming we take a smaller ship down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I think we could land perfectly normally. I don't think we'd need to.
Well, you could land with the full ship.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just take
I'll have the Mandalorians flank me left and right then.
Yeah. Now I'll kind of walk out in my fucking power suit that clearly probably has a couple nicks on it.
What about lightsabers?
Yeah. I mean,
Shonen
they are going to be attached, visible.
Is that an issue, Alex? Just quick.
Well, I mean, I would assume so, just considering they just had a war with the Jedi,
Wasn't that 300 years ago technically? But yeah, no,
I'm
they'll be a little upset, but I don't care. They're more.
I'm gonna look over at Stanbot and at
Based on your
Talon.
cultural guide, they're not going to open fire. They're just
Mandalorians will be more
Well, that would be
interested in
harder.
honor
I'm just
than
gonna
they
say
will
we're
be about
trying-
being upset that I have a
Alright, but
lightsaber.
we're trying to ask something from them, so it might be best that we play by their rules for now on their planet.
Yeah, and I feel like if we lie to them that we're Jedi, it's gonna end much worse. So.
That we're not Jedi, you mean? But yes.
Yeah.
Just don't bring it up.
No, we'll come out.
We'll have to.
I guess we'll have to. Yeah. Well.
I mean, I'll primarily have like my I'm gonna come out fully equipmented up. So I'm gonna have my lightsabers, my blaster, my electro staff, and my gloves on. So like I am a walking armory.
Well, I can't stop you too, so I take my dueling pistol and I'll just leave it inside. I don't need it anyway.
From your cultural guide, what you can gather is that they have no problem with people that they're conversing with having weapons.
Oh well, then I'll have it.
They see it as, you know, they see it as a almost as a challenge. If they were to raise their weapon, they would be able to fight back.
Oh well, okay. In that case, I'll leave it on my attached to hip as
So
my decorative
almost by
vest.
leaving your gun, you were showing disrespect because you don't think that they might pull something on you, or like you know, it's just
God,
you're not willing to stand up for yourself.
I'm so glad I have this decoration weapon that I've just never used.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to talking
All right.
then.
Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and ensemble our way there.
All right, the Mandalorian that greets you, seems well decorated. His armor is nice and shiny. Has some deep bruise in it. Definitely not new, but it's well kept. He addresses Talon first. Like, lightsaber?
Indeed, I understand that in the past, my creed has had issues with yours. But I want you to be well aware that I did not come here today with the intent of starting a fight with you. Unless, of course, you'd like a duel.
Yeah, if I were there 300 years ago, the war would have ended up differently.
I certainly would have liked to see that. So, I guess I'll motion towards yeah.
It's funny that he goes to Talon first, even though I've done way more damage over the course of this campaign than Talon has.
Talon's just.
I'm a walking armory.
Yeah.
I'm a walking armory. I'm giant. I mean.
Oh no, I completely understand why he's got.
I kind of extend a hand. My name is Talon, and I am a Jedi Knight.
My name is insert Mandalorian name here.
Wow.
Look, I wasn't expecting you to go to Mandalorian.
We gave you like a good 40 minutes of us talking. You could have something. Or like Google searched Mandalorian name generator.
Insert high level Mandalorian name here.
So. Yes.
I am unfortunately not quite. I usually prefer to let my fists do the talking, so I'm not quite as fluent with words. So I'll let my compatriots explain why we're here.
Work Knoll. A very Mandalorian name generator name.
Aha! I didn't even know that was possible.
Glad it is now.
So.
So we're definitely asking them to rouse against vitiate, right?
I think we should stop to speak with go speak with a delegate privately rather than.
I mean, I can do that.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the better move instead of just saying this out here. I mean, unless you want to. I mean, Mandalorians are all about honor and shit.
Alright, also, fun fact, if I do that, it's more like a one-on-one conversation. As soon as I do a group, it's my leadership. So...
Well, I mean, you can mention them and you can like bring up Vichy and see how they feel about it.
Yeah, that's true. We can start with it. It is probably more customary to start through a delegate and then speak publicly than it is the other way around. So let's start with a delegate, speak with them about what we're trying to do, and then if they give us like the floor, so to speak to the other Mandalorians, I can do so in some sort of Senate seat or something, etc. As like a kind of imagine Star Wars with all the masters and things, all of those like circular discs, and they're all talking about the council. Just imagine that. I could do something like that.
Okay.
All right, they take you to see one of the officials of Mandalore. One of the lower officials that deals with everyday affairs, mostly.
Okay.
But it's high enough ranking that they can talk. It's like, here's Kux Char. Good luck with him.
Thank you. All right.
Even for Mandalorians, he's a hard ass.
What?
Good thing we have a hard ass of our
Still
own.
playing.
Just gonna dink on Talon.
Don't worry. If I understand Mandalorian culture properly, a good duel should get his blood warmed up.
And you want to offer it to him? Is that ceremonial to offer a duel?
Yeah, if it is ceremonial, then I will approach him and ask him for a duel.
I mean, I can approach and speak on your behalf.
It is not necessarily ceremonial, but I promise it is a bad idea.
Well, this isn't a. This is like a. I mean, Kuna knows this cultural stuff, so I.
Yeah, I would not. I
Yeah.
just don't know if it would be like more fitting for me to be like, all right, here, I offer you this duel with this guy. For
I would say it's not necessarily customary to start a conversation with or offer it.
Also, that would
It's
make you
more
look
of-
really weak, Kuna, because
Right,
you're
it's
like,
also
yo, I
more
can't
of
fight this dude who follows me.
Yeah, it's also more of a if you are challenged in a way, then honoring yourself and the other person by having a duel is a better way to settle an argument or dispute.
Okay, understood. And yeah, no, 100% agree, stand by. Alright, in that case, we'll just go to the delegate then. I just wanted to make sure we had all our ducks in a row, so to speak.
With all ducks in a row, you go and you enter into the room. Sitting at a desk, surrounded by a bunch of paper, and a blaster next to his chair, is a smaller-looking man in old armor. Noticing the door opening, he raises his head, gestures for you to come sit. Is like, oh, what can we do here for you today? Why are you here?
I'll eyeball Stanvan for this one, assuming he wants to take the reins. If not, I will.
I perhaps can.
Okay. You can start with the reins then.
I'll just me and my group will just kind of stand.
Menacingly.
I don't want to say menacingly, but clearly the assault portion of the group.
You definitely have a very powerful presence.
Yeah.
We have a job that would be befitting of the Mandalorians.
And what could that possibly be?
There is a very strong military force brewing on the outside of the galaxy. Stronger than the Republic, in fact.
And while that's intriguing, what would Mandalore have to do with any of this? And why isn't the Republic care of it?
To be honest, it confuses us why the Republic doesn't care about it. Probably because they have just left a war.
Talon grunts. It's likely because they're incompetent.
The Republic is weak and they can do nothing.
If you would fight with us, you may be able to rekindle your race's dream. Yeah, races is probably the proper word. Race's dream of taking over the galaxy.
Mandalore isn't a race. It's a
Yes,
ideal. I mean, no. Yeah, at this point of time, so it wouldn't really be a race. It'd be your nations,
Yeah.
or Mandalores.
Planets. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, I understand. I mean, in the Mandalorian show, so just go with Creed.
Yeah, Creed.
That's at least the canon. All right, with Creed. Let's use that word thing. But if we spend the resources, we say we did face this enemy, how would that make us any more powerful? Especially if this enemy is on the edge of the galaxy. How does that territory represent any sort of benefit to us?
I can step in on this. The resources, you say. Your resources will be doubled, if not strengthened further, if you were to take this enemy's resource. The Republic is weak against them, but if you take care of them, their ships, their military might could be yours.
Oh, who even is this enemy?
Alright, looking back at...
A man known as Vitiate. Ancient Sith Lord. Really powerful.
He also happens to be involved with the man who caused you all quite a bit of issue.
A fleet unbeseen by the galaxy before.
Does the name General Revan ring a bell?
I should do any Mandalorian.
It turns out
He
the old man is still
represents-
kicking. And he works with this vitiate.
Now you see, now you're getting somewhere. You were tiptoeing around. I mean, I still want to know what we can gain, but that's a good start.
Honor.
Gaining.
Their troops, their technology, their ships, they're yours.
I'll tell you what. I'll talk. I'll talk to the. I don't know what type of government.
Council.
The council.
Well, technically, there's the Great Mandalore, who is like the head of the entire, like, creed. Basically, the strongest fighter. I think
Okay,
is
we'll
how
go
it
with
is
that.
said.
I'll talk to the Great Mandal, and we'll see if you can even gain an audience with him. Yeah, just enjoy our planet. Don't get yourselves killed, or if you do, at least die honorably.
If we
Right.
were to die here, if we were so weak as to die here, to some random member of your society, I fear we would not have made it this far.
Every member of society is capable.
Surely some more than others.
Well, of course. But any one Mandalorian is worth 10 of anyone else. Even the
I see.
weakest. With that, he gets up and they go try to get an audience with the Great
Alright.
Mandalorian or whoever.
There's really nothing that I feel we need to do, so if we can just, unless you guys have something, we
Haha,
should probably
nice
just skip ahead.
try. Nice try, Stanva. We were just talking about chilling. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna chill. First things first. I need to get my Galactic Stogie account together. So, where is the cigar equivalent shop on Mandalore? I'm gonna look.
I don't know. I feel like they're probably.
I feel like they wouldn't
probably
have
don't do drugs.
Yeah.
You think Mandalore doesn't have any
Yeah, I want
stoves?
to think. I want to think they'd
I
have
would
any sort of
assume
criminal
not.
type things.
Oh, this is unfortunate beyond belief. What about gambling? You think Mandalore is big on gambling? Or you
I
think
wouldn't
that's-
think.
Probably not as
I
well.
wouldn't think so.
They're not
Honestly, Kuna is
into
probably
any of
gonna
that,
find
Kuna.
Mandalore a very boring.
He has the
Yeah.
cultural
Yeah.
guide. He should know all this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Alright,
I'm
but I
gonna say
don't.
we call
Nick
the
doesn't know.
session here for this week. So that way I can figure out what the Great Mandalorian person is gonna say,
Is about, yeah.
and what semantics that might now bring on.
Listen, I'm just saying a big part, and Talon will be like grunting this throughout the conversation, is fucking honor. Because that is huge for Mandalorians. Like, killing this enemy that the Republic would be incapable of beating
Is too
would
afraid
be
to even bring up.
huge. Like, that would be so much honor and shit for them.
No, I mean, from
Honor
I feel
and
like that's
glory.
something it feels like that's something I should have led with, because
Have any
I
of
would have
you-
known that.
That's why Talon was grunting
I'm
it.
sure I've asked. I'm sure I've asked at separate times, but I don't retain things like this often. Have any of you watched like new season of Mandalorian?
I have
Any of it?
not.
One episode of it so far.
I think
Fucking
there is
Great
only
Dragon,
one or
man.
two.
Oh yeah, great try.
Oh, I'm disappointed that apparently they took the guy what actually happened to Boba Fett's armor and made him like a pushover. That's a bummer.
He's not really a pushover.
If the Mandalorian can walk up and take him around when this dude single-handedly fought an entire massive criminal syndicate, I think he's kind of a pushover.
But he still used the armor to fight off a bunch of raiders.
He fought a group of bandits with it.
Yeah,
That is way
we'll
less
call it-
than for like a decade protecting the town from bandits and single-handedly taking out an entire
Why
criminal
do you love to
syndicate.
hate? Why do you love to hate? Just
Why
accept it.
why do you refuse
Just
to accept there's any bad in the
accept-
show? What's XP?
I'm not gonna say that. I just don't see the issue with it. XP. I don't fucking know. I never know. Let's say 10. What happened this session? Yeah, 10.
For sure. Alright, time to add a duty, because I feel like we just made a pact here, and Una wants to make sure he doesn't fuck that up. So, let's write down just like, alright, here's the terms of our partnership here, so to speak, as far as secrets or whatever else goes. So we'll just fucking write up a little whatever. I'll add that under my cannot like oaths or whatever if we ever had oaths or whatever the equivalent is.
Yeah, I haven't really figured out how to mess with that, like what implication that has on things. I can't find a good explanation for it, so I've kind of ignored it. I'll try to come up with something for it. For like the whole obligation stuff.
Oh,
There
yeah.
is a system in place for tracking it and how trustworthy you are and whatnot, but it's for how I've set up this campaign and just in general the implication of each point, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I was just thinking because we kind of made like well, not an obligation.
Oh no, I mean track it. I mean, you know, that's it's not a bad idea, and I'll figure out like a way to use that type of system like
for
morality.
Sure. Yeah, because we've just created that, which we might have might want to write down before I forget whatever the terms were. Because I didn't write it down.
Anything pertaining to like Vitiate and the mission, you need to tell us.
Yeah.
And if you plan to make a group, you need to tell us that too.
Okay. Well, fun fact, I made a group.
Yeah, and because I'm saying if you make another one, you need to tell us, right? And this one, you need to tell us what's going on with them.
Alright, what are they
Alright,
doing?
well, I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
Adios.
Adios.
You could tell us like next time, but